And we're live. Welcome to Monday's keto, carnivore, fasting, intermittent fasting, or prolonged. I'm gonna call this stream because we're gonna talk about keto, but we want to help people who don't want to go so low on their carbohydrates, doing low carb, helping them understand how to fine tune their carbohydrate consumption. As you know, it will vary tremendously, somewhat genetically. Um, I Some people just don't function as well with carbohydrates. Some people, over a period of years, as they get older, can as well develop insulin resistance. Insulin resistance occurs because when you eat, insulin is secreted to open up cells so that the energy, nutrients, and everything that the cell needs will be opened up. So, in a way, insulin, we could call it a gatekeeper. So again, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with LDL. There's nothing wrong with cholesterol. There's nothing wrong with a lot of things. It's basically when it goes out of whack or to extremes, such as eating frequently. And there's three macronutrients, and those macronutrients also have varying effects on insulin. But overall, for the majority of the people that are obese, that are middle age, especially, I'm pretty sure to a certain degree you have insulin resistance. Now, insulin resistance means that your body will have to secrete more and more insulin from your pancreas to force it open. The insulin that is just constantly there is like an alcoholic that always has alcohol, or a cokehead that always have over time they can get more and more, and they're not getting the desired effect. They need more. That's what it is. Okay, there, nothing's bad, but when things get out of whack, it can be a major issue. For one second, guys, I want to share the link. Today, I want to stay really focused. I already have two people coming on, Googan Slayer, as well as Bruce, my brother from Bruce Sees All channel. And basically what I would like to do, depending on who arrives first, I just want to take a little time. Googan Slayer's never really come here and talked about his weight loss journey. Bruce has come on, I believe, with one or two updates, and I'm excited. I have no idea. Initially I spoke to him, 44 pounds in a month, as well as 52 pounds after when I talked to him recently, and an additional amount of weight. I'm sure that we're all going to find out. We're going to ask Bruce how he's losing weight. Spoiler alert, he's doing prolonged fasts, I believe, and he can tell us the detail, how many days, what he's eating over that period of refeeding. Is he taking supplements? Is he taking salt? Is he drinking water? Is he drinking a lot of water? All these things, is what basically I'd like to talk about. At the end, when we both get these two guys information and update, then I'm fine with allowing my regulars, those that I've seen and recognized, to come on. I'll prioritize those people, and so that's pretty much the plan. I just have to copy and paste. For some reason, my bro is unable to click the links in here for some reason, and he asked me to please send it by email. So I am sending it by email if I can find it. I just put everything down. I hope that you guys still see me. Forgive me for a second if you don't. You know what? I'm going to let Googan Slayer come on, and I'm going to play around while he's talking. Hey, Slayer, I'd like you to come on right now if possible, because I have to send the link to my brother, and I'm having a little bit of trouble with my time. myself. So if you can come on, I'll say a quick hello, and I'll give you the panel to start. Okay, so please get on here because I have to deal with this. Can somebody tell me then if when I put this down, what do you see? Do you continue to see me? Please let me know in the chat. All right, no one's replying. I want to be free, sir. Almost there, guys. Link. All right, link is set. Oh, sorry. All right, Bruce. It is sent. Send. Love the dead air time. This is amazing. Sorry. Good. It worked. Bruce, it should be on its way. Sorry. Let's get on here. Hey, just curious, guys. Were you able to see me while okay, that's fine. I see only you. Yeah, because like I had to pop it up to send an email to my brother. Listen, Fabio and on Salvius, I just have to get to know you guys a little more. And then maybe like once I get to know you a little more, you can come on. Take no offense. I've had some bad experiences. Yesterday, I had for the last 2 days multiple channels streaming hours and hours against me, threatening my family and threatening my career. So I don't know your names, and I unfortunately don't know where you're from. So please welcome. You're welcome to watch the show. If you're interested in the community, just come on every Monday. We'll get to know you, and we would love that because we want to develop a panel of like-minded people. So feel free to hang around. We talk about nutrition on Mondays, which is basically we advocate for weight loss. Well, I like to do keto for weight loss, but I am completely fine speaking with the patient. Speaking with whoever I'm helping, and from there, ask them. Because if they're in sports, maybe it's a lot different. Sports, you may benefit for overall low carb, but strategically replenishing glucose stores after workouts and stuff like that. That way you can benefit from gradually building muscle, but without the bulking and cutting phases all the time. You kind of just stay on the leaner side, however, allowing the glycogen stores to be maximized. When you're going to be eating animal-based nutrition while you're doing this, you will be getting the fat, the cholesterol, all of the fat-soluble vitamins that are very either devoid in the plant kingdom, right? So but keto, carnivore diet. Somebody wants to try a carnivore diet. I'll help them out with that, and or if they want to do periods of carnivore, things like that. I often, as well as I said, we're building a community, and Garland Farms, is a regular on my channel. Garland has I forget if it's a bachelor's or not, which degree in kinesiology. He trained. He went pretty far in college football. I think something happened. He wasn't able to continue. I'm not sure. It seems like that. But anyways, he continued to not train, but to make the nutritional plans for elite athletes. I think he has a minor in biology or chemistry. So I really hope that JD will be on. So he has a lot of depth in nutrition. So without any further waste of time, we'll go with Googan. Hey man,
Hi,
welcome.
Jason.
How you doing?
Hey, thanks for
Hey,
having me.
you know what? I'll put Bruce up right now because it's kind of
For the
boring.
title.
And hey, bro, how are
How's
you,
it going,
Bruce?
man? Good,
Good,
man.
good.
Thanks.
Yeah. So we'll start with Guggen's
Hi,
kind of
Bruce.
explanation.
How's it going,
And
Google? Yeah, I'm just listening in, man. I don't want to
no,
stop.
no, like I want a little section of him for the first time. I want the update from you, and then we'll have an overall discussion. We'll,
Right, perfect. Hey, real quick, there's
yeah,
Zetetic Warrior that's speaking in the private chat in the background. Don't know
awesome.
what's on with that. So,
Oh well, it's from the past 3 days fiasco. I'm not mentioning anything because this is a diet.
oh,
Uh,
perfect.
yeah.
We'll just let him
Yeah,
sit there like the
all I'll
titty.
say is, guys, I'm back from the pits of hell, and I'm glad to be here. That's all I'm gonna say. All right,
No
let's
drama.
go, Slayer. So, what
Yep.
are you
Hi,
doing?
guys.
What kind of
Thanks.
eating are you doing? Tell us about everything.
Oh my God, it's so drastic from uh like before the end of last year is when I had the lifestyle change.
Hmm.
And so before last year, I was just really, really dependent on ultra processed foods at really bizarre eating windows and at too much calories. And I would have the ultra processed foods like when I would be feeling sad or irritable, and I would also have them when I would as like a reward when I feel good or like feel good about myself.
Okay.
And it turned very habitual and minimal activity. I was really into outdoors, um, but like still very sedentary.
Hmm.
So that was most of my life. So really deficient, nutrient deficient, and like sedentary lifestyle, and
Yeah.
just like really, really taking on a lot of water and fat and slothness, and
Yeah.
so I watched a lot of YouTube and like have like just like learn about stuff and I saw people were actually doing these prolonged fastings and then they're like cutting like more weight than I ever thought you could, like
Yes.
with it being healthy or like not being too like dangerous.
Yeah.
And then it was Cole Robinson's channel. It was Snake Diet. So like he
Mm.
really like shook me up. And I
Yeah.
probably found his channel like
The
last year.
snake
It
diet,
took
right? What's that guy's name that does? It's the
that's
snake diet
Cole
kind of thing. The
Cole
fasting.
Robinson.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yeah.
So it took
And
a
he does
while, and
some
I just
extreme
watched
stuff.
his
Yeah.
channel just for entertainment, just because it was like
Yeah.
funny and like
He's
entertainment.
funny.
And I was like, put it in the back of my mind. I had a lot of weight to lose. Like I was like my highest was like 222 or higher,
Oh, okay.
222
He's
at
around
5'11".
225. Yeah. So how long have you been doing this, and
Yep.
how much weight have you lost? So like, yeah, like the
Yeah, so
rate
that was
of
the
weight
quick
loss.
backstory of like where I was before the end of last year, which I'm saying is January or
Yeah.
December. Yeah, January and
Yes.
December. And then I started like basically December 16th or 14th. I said I'm
Yeah.
gonna try the prolonged fast,
Okay. Yeah.
and I aimed. Well, I think it was right away. I aimed for a 72, but this was before I started cutting other stuff, and have experimented with really low calorie, like one
Yeah.
meal a day, or just like with cutting and like having fast food like once a day or something like that. Just cutting
Yeah.
soda out and just getting discipline. And I finally mustered up enough discipline to be like, I'm going to try this 72-hour prolonged fast.
Yeah.
And um, the same night I completed my 24-hour with a lot of motivation. I like confronted family, like my mother, and then she like was so quickly like on board. I'm doing this too. Like I've been looking at it as well, and so I basically fast forward like completed my first 72-hour fast, and it was like fine. I had good results, and like
Congratulations, man! You should
I
be
still
proud.
had this. I still.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is back in December. Yeah, I was very proud of myself, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna like go and do it again. And it's like how I feel and all that.
Yeah.
And I would do
That's
like
awesome.
72-hour fast.
Yeah.
The power of the mind, man.
Like 72-hour or less, like 48 and 72 hours. And refed. I think I refed were like my first like meals after getting intense with fasting and changing my diet. My mom bought like all like low calories and converted everything to low calorie.
Yeah.
And it became like watching like all the fasting videos and the science on that turned into like learning about nutrition, because Cole said like it's not just fasting, you transition to a diet when you're done fasting. So I was able to like fasting like cured my ultra processed food addictions and other like depression and illnesses I had, and allowed me to like change to a diet that I chose. And like luckily this low carb like diet like was like worked like perfectly for me, because a couple of months down the road of fasting and eating keto and like slowly introducing more calories and more food and while still fasting, I got really fat adapted is what they call it or whatever. Fat adapted, just like my body gets so adapted into the diet where like I don't have like any cravings, and like got really comfortable on I was decently comfortable on one meal a day. But after I got comfortable at the gym and training, I was able to bump it up to 2 meals a day. And then you build up like enough energy and stuff to be able to do a prolonged fast if you want to.
Yeah. Were you doing the kind of like a beast feast fast where you line up your fast so that you're fasted training, and then after the training you'll have a meal, but if you're training, add carbohydrates, some white rice, just some potato, just if you are training, because it looks like your weight loss is kind of done. You look pretty lean. Now you're probably trying to build. Now you're trying
I'm
to
slowly
build.
introducing.
That's it. You can be,
starches.
it's called a modified keto.
We could even like,
because I don't suggest low carb, eating meals of low carb. Exactly.
Right on. You're all set.
It's nuts. I have abs. Like,
I know.
I don't even train. Like, I use training like extremely lenient. I do light training.
I finished 4-day fast yesterday.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
4 days.
Same thing.
Cool. I just did a 32. Like, I still incorporate the fasting. It's only once a week.
Yeah.
And it's like, I say like it's 20 to 32, and it's I've been eating the potatoes. It's not that much, but I eat some potatoes now. And so my journey is like this 6 months window of like extreme sloth and ultra processed food to like to like training, light training 4 to 5 times a week, and like eating the grass-fed pasture-raised foods.
Awesome.
And I eat the supermarket vegetables, and I do the fruit snack, which is the berries, and sometimes it's another fruit like strawberries or oranges or citrus, like sometimes. And then I put heavy cream, a small amount of heavy cream, a little bit of whipped cream, and like the walnuts, macadamia, or just like some of the
Is Bruce frozen?
No.
Oh God, my God, you're like a Zen master.
Really?
I was like, no movement. I'm like, sorry, I cut you off for a second. Can I just go through check out the chats?
No, of course. I'm good, man.
I'll jump back to my brother, Slayer, and then like, or do you have like other stuff, or do you want to like, you pretty much gave the general scoop and we can just all chat and talk.
He looks frozen now.
Is he frozen?
Yeah, he is. I thought I was like, yeah,
I thought
stop
he
it,
was
dude.
frozen too.
No,
And
I
then
was
I said, okay,
impressed.
I'm
I'm
not
like,
saying
dude, that
anything
is
because now they're
good.
gonna think I'm like psychotic and I'm
I
asking
was like,
everyone.
dude, that is really good, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I'll post the link again for Slayer. I'm gonna look, Bruce, at some of the comments because I'm horrible at looking at comments, and
Go
then
right at it,
after
man.
we'll
Right
jump
on.
to your update. Slayer, the link is there, so just pop back on. I removed you because it froze, so I want to reboot that. So Noob's Revenge talks about black seed oil is a phenomenal product. Just this situation, I'd have to look into black seed oil. Never looked into it. Not a fan of seeds and not a fan of the oils extracted from seeds because maybe it's not, but it seems like black seed, if it's a seed, it has been extracted by an industrialized process of heat, pressure, as well as solvents to extract the oils. And then after further processing to make it, more purified or clear, remove any smell or anything like that. So I'll play agnostic on black seed oil because I don't know about it, haven't researched it. But if it's an oil from a seed, maybe that's not a good idea. After that, we got Noobs. Red raspberry leaf has a variety of benefits for losing weight and maintaining weight. Yeah, look, and again, I respect you for that. It might be right. In this community, where we don't really like molecules from plants. There's no real evidence scientifically. There's a lot of big claims. I pretty much know the overall essentials, and it might have a benefit, but again, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll have you on and I'll open-mindedly let you share your thoughts, because if we're a community, I want to hear other people's thought. So red raspberry leaf, I'm ignorant of that, and the other. So maybe we can have you on if you show up to next Monday, briefly go through some of the stuff. You can share screen. He says flavonoids as well as tannins. I'm not sure if you're saying that the tannins are good, but those are anti-nutrients if they are. Yeah, I guess flavonoids perhaps are okay. Then we have, is testosterone for men is one of the most important things to regulate within your body. That after that, estrogen, right? So the best way to optimize your testosterone is to eat what most hormones and sex hormones are made of, and that's fat, protein, and cholesterol. These are all products derived from animal food. So as we know, on vegan YouTube, there's a plethora of vegan channels talking about losing their period. Please just, do you want me to just put in vegan losing period? Because there's tons. So there's infertility that occurs. Why? Because they are not eating anything that the body needs to structure itself, as well as avoiding plastics, parabens. And unfortunately, that's like all over in our cosmetics and our shampoos, sometimes in our deodorant. So a lot of our fabrics are synthetic, and there are a lot of hormone disruptors or estrogenic compounds. Our testosterone has been dropping decade by decade. I think right now, a 30-year-old, a 50-year-old would have had the testosterone of a current 30-year-old. Yeah.
I just realized I've been fasted for the past 3 days. The definition.
Yeah. You fasted 3 days.
Yes, it was more out of just like not being hungry.
Yeah, well, me
But,
too.
I mean,
The whole
it's
family's so stressed. We're like, I banged a 4-day fast. I didn't tell anybody because there's so much stuff happening that I can't eat. I have no appetite. My son just comes in, the one that just went to the hospital with a metal piece in his eye. He's like, Dad, I just realized I fasted for 3 days. I'm like, okay, our family, yeah, because he's a skinny guy. It's healthy for your immune system, but don't do that anymore.
Oh no, it was
Yeah, well.
like everything.
Okay, get out of here. All right. So
Okay,
yeah,
I'm back. Can you hear
testosterone.
me?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
do the comments though.
Yeah. I will. So there is one individual that was threatening your family and your career. That's in the rest of those men where it is very honorable. No comment. I'm not getting into the last 3 days of threats.
He was there though, but just don't forget this Nubs guy was on the platform.
Oh,
with the
I know.
people.
No. For
Right.
me, like the whole platform is off
Right. Okay,
limits.
good.
I did something for a purpose yesterday, and I went into the dragon's den. I feel that I accomplished what I needed, and now I'm back from hell, and now we're doing keto. And
That
all of
was
these
just the
demons
intro.
here, all of these demons are swarming.
That was
But
just the
I
intro.
love the attention. Leave
They
it
don't
at
know
that.
that.
All right, vitamin B spectrum has a lot to do with what you're talking about. Of course, all nutrients are important. We agree with that. Like every nutrient is important, especially with the fact that they work synergistically. So sometimes if you're lacking one, it requires a coupling to be properly absorbed and stuff like that. That's why I don't believe that vegans should be barely getting the certain fat soluble vitamins and stuff like that are devoid requirement of supplementation. It's just not natural, and most of those vitamins are plant-based provitamins that are not absorbable at all. I'm almost 100% sure you have some backstage. Yeah, I know. Well, the backstage can kiss my back. Has to get to know me. Hey, if it's really you, Zetetic, by the way, you want to talk to me on my stream, you want to talk to me in the back, you're the one that ranted for over an hour and called my wife a whore 4 times. If you repent, you make a video and you humble yourself for having dishonored and disgraced yourself for putting down a woman, breaking the honor code of men in battle, go make an apology video. I'll look at it. I'll appreciate, and my Christian heart will forgive you. So feel free to learn stuff about nutrition, because I hate you. I hate who you are at the moment. And I know it's just sin. You're just like metastatic at this point. And I wish the best for you. And I hope that you listen and eat more animal food and avoid certain things. I wish you well. That's it. So check back. I'm not checking backstage.
I hope he
Zetetic,
falls.
let
I
me
hope he
in,
falls down.
Jason.
I hope he falls down the stairs. Continue.
Zetetic, I'm waiting for my apology video. And then maybe we can talk backstage or on the stream. Paul, that statement sounds oddly familiar. We are the only ones that can determine whether we live in heaven or hell. Yeah, for sure. You're going to polish yourself all the way to the throne room. Good luck. Satetic Warrior, usually Mondays are about keto. Why is it that he has dark circles around his eyes? First of all, sometimes dark circles around people's eyes can be lighting. Sometimes
It's because I'm under your church nose.
yeah, and sometimes it can be genetic. So you can look up that somebody who's eating a wide variety of animal food, okay, that is on my channel, understands where we can get every single nutrient through animal food. Not worried.
Who has
worried.
black eyes? You?
I think he was trying to.
Mine are a little dark.
Yeah,
You.
But
So, like,
they've
we all have
been
dark
improving
eyes.
a lot.
Yeah, it's called work, buddy. That's what it's called. It's called working.
I do believe that a deficiency in vitamin E, if I remember correctly, don't quote me on that. Well, Googan Slayer, make sure that you remember to get all your nutrients.
Imagine
Which ones?
you're a big troll and you finally get on to be able to talk, and he shows your comment, and all you say is, "You got black eyes." It's like, what are they trying to do? You know.
It was crazy when I
Oh,
lost all
that
the weight and would look
you
in the
think
mirror. The eyes would be even like really, really dark, but now over time they've lightened up.
right? Hey, Patrick Doucette, don't get started. That bro, that guy lives in Huntington, my town. He lives down the street. You know what I should do is live stream and go knock on his door. Fuck it. They're
Well,
looking for
they did threaten my livelihood. So
yeah.
last 2 days I've been doing eye for an eye since they hate Yahweh says so much. I'm like,
Yeah, well,
well, I'm
Doucette's
gonna
pretty fucking
manifest
brave.
him
He's
all
pretty
over.
brave. You know that? Hey, he worked 8 months for Walmart, but he was fired because he kept losing his apron. He worked 3 months for XTL Transport in Valleyfield, Salaberry to Valleyfield, but then he was fired because he was a dispatcher, but he didn't know how to answer the phone. So and I could go even deeper. I know exactly where he is right now. He better be careful threatening people like that.
Well,
Usually they're smarter now.
in defense, it wasn't him that threatened. It was one person on the panel.
Yes, I know it was on his show though, but yeah, I get it. I hear you. I
Yeah.
absolutely hear you.
No, I mean, look, as far as Patrick, it's like, dude, like he's doing his thing. I'm really happy. Like he's grown his channel. Maybe it's even monetized. And like you said, like maybe he's not stimulated with what he's doing now. And to be honest, he talked about you and said like, like, wow, like I want to take it serious. I want to get to where Bruce is. So like, I wish him well. He's done some really like shady douchebag things, but not necessarily like threats of my whole financial and therefore my family and stuff like that. I actually talked to him before. So, but you're allowed to tell it. You're allowed to say whatever you want about Pat. No problem.
Exactly.
Me and Pat talked.
But sometimes me, my trolls, I've always done that. I've given them signs. You want to be able to locate people like this douchebag goes, AKA mom. Do you know how long people were saying that Darla and Christy Lindsay was my aunt and all these people that are related to me? I mean, I dare anyone to try to locate my family, or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't do anything, and if they do, because they're wimps, and I call them out on that because I know everywhere they live. Zetetic's Iranian, obviously. You can tell by the nose. But listen, you didn't listen to my comment the other day, Jason. Zetetic Warrior looks like in the movie Mission Impossible when people go into museums on strings to go steal paintings. All that was missing were the little black circles around his eyes. Maybe that's what he meant by the black circle around. He's got black eyes though, bro. This scares me about people. Zetetic Warrior has very blackened eyes. Like, why would somebody mention that? It's because it affects him. People keeps calling him Blackie, most likely. We are Blackie. We're Sportses.
Yeah.
Mr. Black.
Well, here you go. At Nubs Revenge says, as far as keto goes, if you are consuming pork, you are probably not doing what you think. You are not.
Jason.
Yeah.
Sorry. How can OTW News be in the private chat? If
that was confusing. I'm not wasting my time with the private chat to throw off.
But it means that you didn't block them.
I thought it was odd. I have no idea.
It didn't, and don't let me get into about Norma either, Pat. You better, because he's mad, bro. He's in the background in capital lettering.
You know what?
Liar.
We'll roast these guys later. They're trying to throw off the stream. So Newt says consuming pork, blah blah blah, it has toxins. That I completely agree. That's why when you are fat, sick, and almost dead, and eating grocery store processed food, the first thing to do is to teach and to transfer from the middle of the grocery store to around the grocery store. Fruit, vegetable, dairy, meat, fish, the whole exterior. Now, are you encouraging bigger companies? Are you encouraging local farmers? Well, that depends where they're getting their beef. But overall, we got to eventually become kind of like advocates. So what you would do is, let's say, eat. What I'm doing is raising chickens. And then after, I'm going to buy a local grass-fed cow here. And then maybe if we can handle it, a pig. So all of this could probably 32 eggs per day. Let them die out. There's zero death and we're all eating eggs. If I get one cow, I could probably, the way we fast and keto, for 2.5 years. And then the pig would basically eat all our scraps because we'd get the pig fat, and I would eat that, and I would cause less than 2 deaths per year. And there's no damn vegan that can tell me that with all of their food that is transported everywhere, that not even 2 animals died. So,
right.
okay, I'm more ethical. So if you really cared, you would literally, because this way you would not only protect the farm animals, you would literally protect the wild animals, which you don't care about most of the time. The vegans.
Right.
But noobs, it's true. Especially the pig. Pig is fed. Anytime they're not fed a natural diet and grains and all these subsidized grains, they're going to have a lot higher omega-6 consumption. And as you know, they're both essential. But in the West, especially with the addition of the seed oils, you have an insane amount of omega-6 occurring. Give me 1 second.
Control, Pat. You need control, my friend. That's what you don't got. Patrick,
sorry, Pat. Look, it's a keto stream. I have like a couple of people from your community, which I don't mind. You can watch, you can learn. This is a keto stream, guys, on Monday. No drama today, okay? I've already made a video. I've incorporated you guys a little bit in the video so that you feel important as well, you know, but I'll post it later. It's okay. You'll get your attention for today. For now, let's learn how to eat so that at least your physical body will be healthy while your spiritual body perishes. All right.
Exactly.
Wild rice is much better. I'm not sure, like, I would have thought that too. I'm going to ask JD about that because wild rice will that stuff that's in it that's making it like look dark and stuff may be all of those tannins and anti-nutrients. So you'd almost be better with a plain, simple white rice that's basically a tiny grain of sugar, pure. Okay, so black seed is cold pressed. Okay, then. Well, then at least that is good. So like I said, I'm going to open-mindedly have you on the stream. You can present, for 15 minutes your presentation, and the audience can absorb that information and decide for themselves.
Pat, if I'm called, these guys that are calling me the coward, it's funny that your message, you can't hide that, but it's pretty annoying. It comes up on the screen for me. But either way, well, Pat, that he's announcing that I'm a coward. I've never been called a coward, brother. I can call the cops, so I can go right to your home. I know where you live. It's a little silly what you're doing. I'll break your nose. I'll break his nose. I have no record. I've done it before. I'm in Huntington, by the way. Don't forget, Pat. Oh, come on, dude. Okay. No, I'm good, Jason. He won't. I will go to his house later, and he will be seeing me. He's a little silly. There he is himself, a little snot nose.
You have 2 minutes to talk, Pat, because I want to.
Oh, you're fucking there, dude.
No swearing.
What do you actually?
Oh, he's
think
drunk. He's drunk. He's drunk.
Are you fucking serious?
Don't be drunk. Don't be drunk.
Dude.
Okay,
dude. Seriously.
There we go.
Your threats are fucking worthless. You're a fucking pussy, Bruce. You have no fucking idea what the fuck you're saying. You fucking lie about me on your streams. You're lying about me on this stream. You're a fucking worthless piece of shit garbage, Bruce. Go fuck yourself. You're a fucking worthless piece of shit. I'm not scared of you. I don't give a fuck if you think you could come and knock at my door. I haven't threatened you. You're the dumb motherfucker that go ahead and threatens me. I can fucking call the cops on your dumb motherfucking ass and fucking drag you through that fucking hell shithole if you think that you're going to put me through. You dumb motherfucker. Go fuck yourself all the way to hell, Bruce.
Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead and threaten me, you dumb motherfucker.
I think you've pretty much said everything. I basically feel the same about you. I'm not mad.
Good. I'm glad you're staying calm, man, because I ain't fucking calm, man. I'd like to see you face to face, motherfucker.
You know why you're not calm?
Come on, man. You ain't no fucking big bald motherfucker now, are you? Huh?
Because you lost weight on fasting.
You're shutting your fucking face, aren't you? Motherfucker.
You're bald. I'm not bald.
You dumb motherfucker.
Are you mad because I mentioned Norma or something?
No, I think you're just stupid. No, I think you're stupid because you mentioned things about my past that aren't true.
I've been
I
trolled
never got
since
fired from
2016.
any job that I was at. You're
I've
stupid.
been trolled since
You're a
2016.
fucking dumb motherfucker. All right.
I've been trolled since 2000. All right, buddy.
What the fuck are you talking about? Fucking trolled. I never trolled you. I was supporting you. I watched your shit, man. I shared your stuff on my fucking Facebook. Fuck you, Bruce.
You're like a dirty needle,
you, man. Go fuck
like
yourself,
a dirty
Bruce.
needle.
And then
You're
you
like
started making false allegations about me being a hacker and hacking channels on your
You're not that good.
100,000 sub channel and fucking spreading a bunch of lies about OTW News when I'm just starting. You're the fucking troll, Bruce. So go fuck yourself, you piece of.
Just a minute. Listen, I just have to go find something. Pat and Bruce, you guys can continue.
Yeah, Pat's starting up his pipe.
And I just have to find something. Pat, I'll give you this time to have it out with Bruce. Then after I'm
calm my fucking nerves because you're so stupid. You get me triggered, you dumb fat fucker.
You can't say anything else aside.
Can't say he's fat anymore, dude.
Coward cupcake. I'm not fat, bro. I'll break your face, man.
I've been training too, motherfucker. You better fucking see what you're not fucking stepping up to a little pussy, man.
Googan.
You're stepping up to a man, Bruce. I've been training too, man. Go check my 30-day challenge, you motherfucker. You think you're stepping up to a pussy? What are you, fucking stupid?
Eyes. Pat,
fuck you, man. I'm not 15 years old anymore, Bruce. You ain't gonna be pushing me around like you did in high school, motherfucker.
Look.
Right? I'm gonna show you who the fucking bully is now, motherfucker.
Dude, you were wearing diapers.
We'll see who slaps around who. We'll see who's your daddy, bitch.
Really? Was it worth?
Yeah, I'll show you who's your daddy, you dumb bitch.
What? My daddy's buried across from Galt School, the same school that you went to.
Fuck yourself, you dumb motherfucker.
Hey, Patrick said it's the same school that you went to. Huh? Would you like me to go bring you to Galt School and talk about it? He's not done yet.
Bless you, buddy. All right.
I ain't fucking done with you, Bruce.
He's taken 16.
You want to throw me out, Jason? Go ahead, throw me out, man.
Hey,
because
Patrick,
this is fucking happening. It's happening right now.
No one's
threatened me more than once, and this is fucking going down right here on your channel. If you're not happy?
How much time do you need?
I will.
How much time do you need?
You're not done with me, little bitch.
The time it's gonna take for this motherfucker to be a.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
I didn't get a chance to reply, but it's okay. Yeah, he was
telling me what to do on my channel, Pat.
He was a little shaky. He was like,
yeah, either muting as a timeout, and when Pat just disappeared, he just went to his room. That was more than a timeout. Sure. Sent that guy to his room. Back
for sure. It's the teachers that didn't like him. It's not me that didn't like him. Nobody liked him.
Bruce, that's cool. Please update us now. Since the last time, 44 pounds, and then the last time it was like 44 pounds in a month, and then 52. Like
first month, no, not 52. Yeah, 50. I'm 55 pounds. So the first
give a quick rundown, from the start. Okay, I started this. This is what I did. This is what
April 12th.
I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
April 12th. 297. Okay, I could have even been 300 pounds, but before I bought a scale for the first week, I started fasting for 2 or 3 days. After I finished a couple of days of fasting, 48 hours, and I start weighing myself 297 on the scale.
Okay,
I went down. I'm 242 now, and I went down to 44 pounds from 297 in the first month. And already into the first week and a half, I'm already approaching another 20 pound, only 12 pounds now, 11 pounds in the second month. But eventually, I'll keep losing. Yeah, I lost a lot of weight, 44.
It shows, like your shoulders and your cheeks.
Yeah, and everything shows. Now, this is the shirt that
now you're floating
from your wedding. The shirt from your wedding that I wasn't able to tie. That I had this over another bigger shirt, but. I lost a lot of weight. It's incredible, on the skin. Yeah. So, and I'm proud of it. I'm really proud of it.
Yeah.
I'll be down.
What are you taking any supplements and stuff because you're doing prolonged fasts?
Yeah, for strong formula for male vitamins.
Okay,
and that's it. That's absolutely all I'm taking. Water. And
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. A multivitamin. The guy that fasted for over 1 year, that's documented and it's
I
published.
did 8
He only
days.
had a multivitamin and felt fine the whole time.
I did 8 days of fasting, and then
8.
I had one meal. I did 7 days of
Whoa,
fasting.
whoa! What was the meal?
4 pork chops.
Okay, and then you were again.
And an egg also. It was a good enough meal. 4 pork chops and an egg. And then after that, I went another week. After the week, but it's sometimes after 1 week of fasting, I've had only 2 eggs and 1 troll like Pat for breakfast.
Yeah,
because the trolls, I got plenty of those every morning.
Like during weight loss and stuff like that, your appetite will decrease. Your body knows that. When you lean to where you should be, and you're like, "Oh, I'm starting to look too skinny," then after we'll have to adapt intermittent fasting to kind of maintain. I would suggest a 5-day fast 2 times a year just for its healing purpose.
Absolutely. I don't even know if I had a second feeding. Like recently, I ate after a week of fasting, and then after eating, I fasted only 24 hours, and then I ate a second day. I only did that once in the whole 2 months, in a whole month and a half. No cheating, and I haven't eaten more than that one meal after. Like, man, I started 24-hour fasting. Then I did 3 48s. Then I did 3 days. Then 4 days, 2 of them. Then I did 1 8, 1 7, and so far that's all I've been doing. I eat about 4 to 5 meals a month.
Yeah, and then after, it's to balance out the other side is strategic eating. Okay, you're gonna need the animal fats. Okay, don't be scared of it. I know it's counterintuitive. Like, I'll stick to protein and no carbs. Yeah. But I don't want to. No, Bruce, I'm telling you, because obesity is related to how the food stimulates insulin in a way. Right. And fat, when it goes into the bloodstream, insulin doesn't even react because you're mimicking a fasting state. So you're in a fasted state. What's happening? Fat and ketones are flying around. Then you have pure fat, and that goes in it. Did your body kind of react? No, it's a fast mimicking diet. So go good on the protein, but have some fats. You like cheese, so I'm pretty much don't skip on the cheese on the refeeding.
Eventually I will, but I actually haven't had anything except the whole meal since the month is bacon, pork chop, hamburger meat, egg. No, I've had nothing else.
Well, yeah, but that's good, because I was worried about only protein, and if you're eating the eggs as well.
Per month about a dozen and a half, almost 2 dozens. During the month, I'll eat the eggs for sure. Like, I'll eat 4 pork chops and an egg. What do you say, buddy?
Carnivore?
Yeah, in a way. Actually, yeah, exactly. That's how it is. Like, when I'm not fasting, I guess I'm eating carnivore. Yeah, like you said, what comes from an animal, I guess. I'm just learning is the egg and the meat. But I've been the cravings this month was harder than the first month.
Really?
And I say harder. There was a craving 2 days ago. Yeah, a little craving where I said, oh, pizza's been a while. I was craving a good effing chip because I hadn't had any chips in a month. And then but I don't have to. It doesn't last long there.
For the weight loss period,
it doesn't last long.
You have to be strict, because I was strict for at least 3 years, like strict.
I have something to add.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I did mine with ultra processed foods, like stockpiled upstairs for prepping and stuff. But like, I would eat that stuff like crazy. I had all the ultra processed foods stockpiled up there, and I would just, I don't even know how, but like before I was adapted to it.
Yeah, exactly.
I cut it all out and didn't cheat at all.
Well, that's like me. My fridge, there was lots, and it still is.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The bag of chips and the cans of sauce and stuff for the Parmesan cheese. And I look at it sometimes.
We all get ready.
I have to
be ready that it's all enough.
I have to really
eat out
the
and
fridge
do all the crazy stuff.
Yeah, I have to force myself. Exactly.
But many people just never get full of their own gluttony or whatever you want to call it. They just have this bottomless, never full. But I really felt it on the horizon. I was like, wow, this is just a never ending like satisfaction, and it honestly doesn't satisfy me anymore. Like it's making me like sick, and like I might be pre-diabetic or
Yeah.
pre-diabetic, and shit just, or excuse me, but like things just started reversing quickly when you stick to the,
Oh yeah.
you do the fast, but the fasting allows you to choose the diet, and that's where the keto comes in, because you can
Yeah.
choose
Yeah.
different diets, but like I
And it's
chose
funny. It's funny
keto
you
and
say
it
that.
worked.
That it's funny because like if I wouldn't have had you guys, I was gonna go a little bit because I briefly did the history of keto, because a lot of people like 4 years ago when it kind of resurfaced, they were like it's a fad diet,
Yeah.
as if like this was a concept never thought before, and they call it restrictive. But that's because you feel restricted because when you eat everything you're starved. When you eat what you need you're satisfied, and you can
I'm
eat the
so
same thing over and
satisfied.
over because you're lasting long. To be honest, like many cultures
3
that
meals is like too much because
they
I'm
had
so
three staple
satisfied.
foods. It wasn't restrictive, and it was all based on animal food. Yes, they had some carbohydrate source, makes
Yeah.
sense, but they were not skimping on the animal food. They knew that that was the real food, and this was just to add calories.
Yeah.
And
It was
stuff,
like a treat. I guess it's like it
Yeah,
starts off as a treat.
yeah,
You like something for the taste, and you find out, oh, look, it's not very healthy.
yeah,
Turns out, which is most things, I guess, are not healthy. As I'm learning,
yeah.
nothing's healthy. It's like nothing's
No,
healthy. No.
no. Yeah.
Like now I go upstairs and read the labels of the junk food just to like see what it with my new mind. I'm like, oh my god, it has everything bad in this one thing. I wouldn't even
I look at
I
all
wouldn't
the
even
noodles
like
I was
make room
eating per
for it in
day,
the diet.
the craft dinner, because I love craft dinner. It had nothing to do with being poor. I am poor, but I love craft dinner. Love noodles, love rice,
The craft.
potatoes, cheese on that, meat on that. I'll add hamburger meat to noodles and whatever. Just make spaghetti sauces. But I'm always just eating that. So at the end of the month, when I look at everything I bought, a box of craft dinner and a box of this
Save
and a box of that.
months of groceries.
Yeah.
Months of groceries. Doing the math, guys. Let's say people who just do 5 days, 2 day fast. 5 days eat, 2 days. So that's 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 times 10, 80. That's 96, I think. Not 96 days out of 365, just with doing 5 and 2, 5 and 2, which you can indefinitely continue.
Oh yeah.
You are saving 3 months, 90 some, 3 freaking months. Like, 3 months, I'll save all those groceries. It's insane. And when I think this 2,000 calorie stuff there, I never get 2,000 calories, man. I must be hovering
Christ,
like
never.
900, maybe 1,200. The
daily?
food that I eat,
You're
like
talking about?
it stuffs me immediately, and I'm satisfied for sometimes at least 24 hours.
Hey, do you
So it
feel like
shows we're
me,
doing
Googan?
something right.
Did you feel fat as you were losing there, and you start getting thin? And once you're looking at yourself, you're like you're all happy. You wake up in the morning and
then
you go,
you get upset.
"Oh my god, I'm staying fat." It's like I'm not. You
I
feel
call it
I did
phantom
the exact same
now.
fatness.
I'm looking at myself right now and I go, "Fuck, it looks like I gained 100 pounds."
There's a phantom fat. And
Yes.
when I sit down and look like down, I'm like, oh my god, like am I so fat? Or then I feel like I'm just like I still have that same body, it's just deflated. But if I like, it could just like swell all up again with glycogen or something.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it's like
Exactly.
that's just not how it works. I couldn't eat myself into what I was last year. Like even if I really really tried, unless I was like really sick and like
Yeah.
like just like emotionally and mentally sick. That's what it
Exactly.
is.
Hey, do you see though? Yeah, Darla, I hear you. But do you
Hey,
see how
Bruce.
they get?
Go ahead, and I'll ask you after.
Do you see how a troll a troll's only becomes a troll because that person's affected and offended by people's comments online, so they start going to people and commenting about them. And Patrick, just a little bit, like he's threatening to, or and people that's hanging around with him threatening to call people's jobs. I just turn around and said his real name, what his town is, and he gets mad. These people are stupid, they're dumb. They get triggered. And for me, I get a sort of a hard on because of that. I get my laughs when I see that somebody is that mad because he's so fearful.
100%.
You can see it in his face.
That's what I did too. Like like I'm a super agreeable guy. When I started the live streaming, I wanted, I want to mend bridges. I want to be able to be in places where I share my opinion. We're all accepted. And since Pat was kind of in what I thought was a spiritual community, it's not. It's a flat Earth Christian hating community. In my opinion.
Yeah. He's got an anonymous mask on. These are people, he probably has, he has all the flags. He'll have the anonymous flag. He'll have the, it's just this cover up. Of a bunch of people, because he didn't last too long at Walmart, most likely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, it was such it was awesome in a way. I refute this Gnostic hater of Christianity, and the next day he goes on a 4-hour stream all about me.
Well, that's where they're sick, though. Nobody does that. You don't do a 4-hour stream as someone like I could just see me on my channel make a 4-hour stream about
but listen to this. So it's just like a cascade effect. I haven't even gotten through the 4 hours, but now that I did the 4-hour part 1 and 2, now it's like OTW's popping up. I don't know if it's like there was an 8-hour stream. You got Freedom Grower popping up at 9, and I'm telling them, I'm like, guys, there's like rock stars that get like freaking 1 hour and a half documentaries. Little old me, I got like over 24 hours of content. And I told them, I said, listen, I may as well get into it. When I was incorporated into when I tried to incorporate myself into that community, even Patrick, we weren't even able to have a conversation. You remember the first one where I was like, oh, talk about this centricity. And I had no clue what it was. And it just turned out I can debunk you. So this disrespect and happened from the very beginning. And we can see that the whole time, and gradually
they have little awakenings, eh? It's a little awakening that they have, and that little awakening makes him believe that he's superior and that he's going to know a whole bunch of things.
That's it, so anyways, so they did 2 streams all day, and I said to myself, look, when I try and talk, I'm spoken over. They drive over me, and they that was the first time a couple of streams in, I'm like young, naive, I want to love everybody, I'm agreeable. And then after you have Freedom Grower that came on, and while he didn't call my wife a whore for an hour like Zetetic, he sat there back down there with his smug little look. Again, not an open sharing conversation where you could say, I believe this. This is why I don't believe like you. And I could say, I came to these conclusions, and we all leave there knowing each other better, as well as the viewers having more information. And that's the way it should have been. He didn't do that as well. And he spoke and he spoke and he spoke. Right. And I stupidly,
saying that I bugged him at school, saying that I bugged him at school is because he's sick. Yeah. But now it's like we're back at school. The next time I see him, I'll bug him. He wants to make people believe that I used to bug him. I'll start bugging him. It takes 2 seconds. Well,
like I said, Patrick doesn't defend me. He says it's just a platform, so you're free to say whatever you want. Everything's fair, in love and war, I guess. So anyway, so that progressed into just like 48 hours of streaming. It seems I know OTW did it, and that's fine. I did it on purpose. I said they're over speaking when they speak at me, okay, and they spit on everything that I believe, and then they spit on my wife, okay, more than spit. So those 3, I said, today, because they don't know I'm pretty quick.
Exactly.
I can sputter out crap pretty quick. I'm nice. So I said, no. I'm going to give them a taste of their medicine. So I went on their stream, and I just talked over, and it didn't matter. And I'm like, go on. And I just plowed through them. And then I called their whole community a bunch of degenerates. Like Donald Trump, a bunch of degenerates.
Right.
Okay. So I called them all a bunch of degenerates because I'm a Christian, a traditional Christian, and they painted me exactly like the worst examples of Christianity. When I called them that day a degenerate, I had 2 of them come over here crying, saying, how dare you? You don't even know us. And I'm like, exactly. You guys don't even know me. And you're generalizing pastors and all of that stuff. So I said, I am bringing a mirror to show you exactly what you guys look at. And now you don't like me. So I said, I chose Zetetic Warrior as a representation of all of you, because you choose whatever Christian pastor and stuff and paint me with it. It's fire with fire, my friend.
Right.
So then after that's when they got fed up and they started threatening my career. And then after 2, I think 1 or 2, it might be, even if it's one commenced to do exactly like Zetetic about the with my wife in the pasture. So I'm like, I was trying to prove a point, and I eventually said, obviously, I don't think all of you are degenerates. I'm trying to prove a point. And they're like, yeah, we know where you work. Your wife's such good. And I'm like, okay, well, I was trying to generalize, but now you just proved the point that it's not just, the weakest link. Now I have 2 people from your community do that. Thank you. I just proved my point, and that's the end of it. I don't need to go on any streams about them.
No.
I will gently and calmly with a coffee go through every single thing, stop, refute, and expose them for the ignorant fools that they are.
Hey, what
Amen.
A prick. Seriously.
In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
There we go.
Yeah, I'll let you guys talk. I just gotta blow my nose. Let's get back to the diet. We can call like these commercials. There are a programming, so we're maintaining our regular programming, and we have brief commercials because it actually increases the viewers. It's literally
like those videos, cringe videos that you can't watch. You have like a limit, like a 5-minute limit. After you watch it, you start going like.
Well, what I tend to do now that it's been 3 or 4 days that I have their attention, when I see them in the chat, I know they're listening. I switch to talking about the Bible, teaching about the symbolism of Isaac and all biblical things. And then after, because I bring the light, darkness flees. And then after, I continue on to the next subject. They come back. God bless in the name of
they're
Yahweh,
going to see
and
this
they flee. They flee.
They're going to see
like
what energy is
before Jesus.
They're going to see what energy is this week. I have something that protects me, and the people that tend to bash me and that are around me and start thrashing me and stuff, the energy it doubles back, it whips them back into the face, and But I'm telling you, man, you should be blocking OTW and Zetetic. They wouldn't be commenting in private streaming back. I don't see them now because I'm on full screen. But
like personally, I don't care. It makes good content. I told them, look, if you let it fizzle out, no problem. But I said, if you continue and it's good content, thank you. I'll continue using it. So they're making content for me and stuff like that. I'll have to go. I'll have to find where the guy's threatening me. My career. Therefore, my baby child, the 22-month-old, and all the other kids I have, and I'll put that. And then after, I'll show Zetetic Warrior initially. Then I'll show the next one that does that, and then I'll put the 2 dipshits that came on crying that I was prejudging them. Then after, I'll add them just to see the stupidity.
Oh yeah. Like the control. Like, I mean, you saw, quite simply, Pat was my bitch. Like when he acts like that, when they start flipping out and taking puffs of his fucking marijuana and stuff, that's hilarious. I mean, that is over the top hilarious. He's stressed out, fearful. I could see the tears in his eyes, the fear, the redness. I could see the neck veins. I love it. And you meet those people.
Yeah, you're shark.
Yeah, man. Because I was abused.
You're smelling like blood in the water and shit.
Yeah, exactly. And when you get close,
in my opinion,
wait. You know the dog? You know the 2 dogs that are on each side of the fence? There's only a little fence on the bottom. They're going, then they open up the gate. They go. They smell each other, and then they go back. The gate, close the gate. As long as they can't touch each other, pussies.
Let me. I don't know if I told you this. This was a few days. Me, Michelle, nice clear night. We happened to all be looking in the direction that we usually wouldn't look at, and something caught my eye, like a light. And Michelle saw it first, but it was kind of like Michelle's like, "What?" And at the same time, I'm like, "Yeah." Anyways, it just looked like, light, but it looked a little larger. And then I'm like, so we're like, and all of a sudden it goes, all these little shining lights beat out from there, and then start advancing.
Okay,
For
a
about
satellite
a
train.
minute and a half, and then
They disappeared.
disappear. I'm like, is this a flare? Is this?
It's a satellite train. A satellite train, Starlink. It was 2 or 3 days ago.
The sky.
No, it was a little bit longer than that.
Yeah. Oh, it's
But
some
what,
every 2 or 3 days.
maybe could it do that? I don't know. It was really cool. I mean,
It was
I'm not
satellites that
claiming
were just
aliens.
launched. It was
I'm not
satellites.
claiming
just
aliens. I
launched.
don't believe in aliens, but I'm
It's a
like,
Starlink
God,
satellite.
fallen angels are here.
Spam permia
It's a
pre-evolution.
Starlink satellite train. Once they're
Okay.
launched, they come over Quebec. They turn the mirrors, they disappear, and we won't see them again. They'll be high up after that. They separate.
Okay.
You might see it the next day. There'll be only so many, and they separate. They separate. One point, they go up in orbit. In altitude.
Wonderful. Thanks for like squashing my dreams of finally finding a UFO. And he's like, sorry.
No, but listen, if you
You
saw
could
it,
have left me. I was enjoying it.
no, it could be a UFO fleet. None of the ones I see are satellites. But if you
It's
saw
just
them,
so weird how it went like it went
yeah,
cloud
that-
out.
well,
and
those
then
are
slowly
the mirrors. That's the mirrors. Mirrors go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They all open up, and the mirrors they turn away from Earth. So when you saw
Yeah,
them,
no, I get it. I'm just
That's why-
upset that you just debunked my
yeah, but
my
it could have been a fleet.
metaphysical.
No, man, it
experience.
could have been
No.
a fleet. They
I'm
are.
teasing.
You're not going to see satellites. Like when did you ever see if that? Okay, they were satellites, but it's
Yeah.
because they were just launched. That's
Yeah.
why they're low. They're,
Yeah.
They're,
No,
they're
I
climbing.
get it. Yeah.
They're climbing, but
That's
you
super.
will see
That's your field. I don't know much
Hey,
about
look,
about
The
that.
last video I posted was yesterday's UFOs. They flash at me, dude. They flash at me when I talk to the sky. I'm telling you, people get mad. They say, "Well, fuck, he's not getting that every day. He's adding."
Yeah, for
the
sure.
audio."
Let me throw Bruce's channel here. You can continue talking, Bruce. I just want to go to your channel.
Yeah, sure, man. We need quiet. Let's look. The guy's like, silence. Let's just watch this. Beautiful part.
Bruce sees all.
I'm telling you,
Yeah, I'm curious.
Googan, when I started fasting, like you, not too bad. 222, I guess. Yeah, I guess it was a lot. It's not for me because I'm not there yet, but I get it because now you're what in your 180s, 170s. What are you now?
I'm under 150.
So okay, see, well, because I don't see, but you could have been still a square
And
guy.
I'm doing
that's
the whole
great.
body recomp at 150.
Holy crap, man!
It's
That is incredible.
beautiful.
Damn
I'm
right, man.
muscular.
So
It's
you,
like,
so you
that
have
shaped
this-
my life.
so you
Only
have
in
the
like 6
secret.
months.
Yeah, so
It's
you
a
have
miracle from our Lord.
yeah, man. So you have the secret at the same time that from the Lord, which was pretty simple, man. I'll tell you a quick story. I won't keep
Guys,
the
do you
time
see
here.
Bruce sees all? Do you see your channel while you're talking?
Yes, I do, my friend.
Okay, good. I
Yeah,
just
thanks,
wanted
man.
I'll
I asked God, Googan, for help for my eye so that the allergy could stop because I couldn't resist the eye. And the next day I get up. It just so happens in the afternoon I start fasting. 3 days after fasting, I realized that my eye was healed, and only 3 days after that
Amazing.
I had asked God to help me. But I said, I don't want you to heal me. Tell me how I can heal my eye. Didn't ask him to do magic.
Then he sent me from heaven. I'm his messenger. I said,
That was the
"Thou
next part.
shalt fast and eateth of the ketogenic style."
Exactly. Then I
The
met
form of
Googan.
the devil.
Yeah, but you said,
Yeah.
look, are you serious? You said that, and then you like because it wasn't me that initiated
I
any
had
of
good
this. This was you,
footage.
right? This was you, Bruce, right?
You didn't initiate it, but obviously once I was fasting, it helped. Like, I mean, there's lots of points.
Yeah. All of a
stuff you're
sudden, you were
getting.
like, "Oh crap! There's something to this. I've never felt this way."
Well, like I didn't hide it. Like I said, dude, I would never listen to your keto diet videos. I don't want to diet.
And
You
in
know?
respect, have I ever
Yeah,
tried to
I
push
didn't want to
them?
die.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know,
And it's not
but,
like I try and say ketogenic eating. There, like a lot of people, obviously they hear diet and they're like weight loss. I don't want to be on a diet. But there's two actual definitions. There is diet, meaning like an attempt to whatever to lose weight.
yeah. Well, it's because
But
like
the
right
other
now,
definition is just kind of like, let's say the ruminant animal diet. It just means the micronutrient breakdown and components.
because
of
somebody
the
says
feed.
I'm on a diet, I almost get insulted. Like,
Yeah,
you're
it's like
you're on a
everyone's
diet.
on a diet.
No, I'm not on a diet. I'm dying. I'm
Yeah,
not
exactly.
eating. I'm going a week without eating. It's like I told that to the neighbor, and she goes, "I said I went. Hey,
Yeah, they're all scared.
Yeah, the
and-
people around you is so wild, but like I beat it into my like father basically.
yeah.
My mother, as soon as I told her, she was like instantly on board. That's so funny because
Yeah.
she's like born again saved too. She's like
Yeah, that's good.
they like understand like the fasting.
So that's a lot of weight loss, dude. Like
Yeah, I
holy
went
shit,
70 and
222.
maintaining it.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, very
Like
good.
intensely maintain. I'm doing body reconfigure composition like while
I was
maintaining easily,
hovering this
man.
year.
barely pushing it at the gym. I don't even push it that hard.
On
Okay,
top
but
of it, that's amazing.
Are you incorporating a carbohydrate meal post training? It's the only
Oh,
one
no,
because
I'm
you look like you shouldn't be losing
me.
any more weight. Looks like you should be focusing on body composition.
I do the like onion, like pepper and Brussels sprout, like not the starch, and the
that's good.
starchy ones will come like once a week.
Well, what I'm saying is start, let's say, with 20 grams. That's peanuts. Okay. Like literally check how much 20 grams of a potato or whatever. Only do it after your training. See if there's any like change that you don't want, and then continue training and then try third and just sneak it up.
Like what Garland says, kind of like after, like you
look,
have the
that's
big
why
meal,
that's
like
yeah,
after.
he's convinced me for that. But like I was like, well, I always
My body
with that.
metabolizes
Like,
all these foods. I weigh myself every day. That's the other big thing. I've been weighing myself every day for 6 months. So I don't count anything. I don't count the calories or anything. I take
you're like me.
I have all the pictures of my food, so it gives me the time and it shows the meal, and I weigh myself every day. It gives me such important information.
Yeah.
That I don't need to count the calories, and I can slowly introduce foods like the potatoes.
Our ancestors didn't know what the hell a calorie was, right? You know what I mean? And our ancestors didn't know what a calorie was. They ate food when they were hungry, and they just ate animals mostly and stuff like that. They didn't have to know about vitamins. They didn't have to know about anything because God set it up that, hey, this is the fallen world that you're in. Things are metaphysically different.
Imagine if they had processed cheese slices back in the 1800s.
Yeah, that's
they'd be so friggin' fat on their horses.
Yeah. No, the best thing, Bruce,
cheese,
for you,
Parmesan. I've been eating
is
the brie.
fasting.
Yeah.
Hey, one question. At the same time, see, I remember you had did this a long time ago. Now, I told you, whoa, what you did wrong, right? Let's explain how, because if people start, I don't want them to do it the way you did it the first time. So explain the first time how it went. I mean, it didn't go horribly either, but you were talking about the dark urine, which is not a good sign during fasting.
I had that.
Yeah, the first time.
Like, I had cloudy and dark urine because I restricted hydration too much.
Never do that. Yeah, that is dangerous. That could put you in freaking kidney failure.
That's what I did, Googan. The first time I lost 100 pounds in 2-3 months. I was crossing town. I wasn't drinking, and at one point I seized up.
Yeah, and you were talking about a sore side for months. Do you remember that?
Yes.
You could have damaged your lungs, your kidney years ago because of that. I was like, so it's very important for people to understand that you want to drink water, but you do not want to overhydrate, because if you're drinking too much, you're peeing out your electrolytes.
I gauge it now. I can gauge it now. I want light yellow urine. I don't want white. I don't want dark. It's like I gauge it. I go, okay,
Oh, good advice.
yellow, seriously.
Yeah, I had to change my whole hydration pattern. That's another thing. Like,
dude,
Yeah, well, I like
8
what you're
days of
doing.
and like
fasting.
you
I
have
was
to
doing
chug water
maple
when you
syrup.
wake up.
The 8th day of fasting, I remember going for a walk and then bicycle, and I was doing sit-ups too, and everything was like retarded. I went for a pee, and it was like maple syrup. I said, okay, drink 50 minutes, pee white. It's that stupid.
Yeah.
It's not that you have to drink a whole bottle. It's you have to drink. Quite simply, you got to be hydrated.
Before, when I was all puffed up, you don't have to drink.
No,
like
I'm like
you
a
could
camel.
just like
I was like a camel. I was up pissing all night too.
Now I don't even get thirsty. I don't
Yeah.
get thirsty, but like I have to drink, and I don't even like cold water. I like the room temp water because you have to drink a good amount.
You're good
there
for
is
Filipino
one thing,
prison.
guys.
This guy would be good in Filipino prison. He'd be like laughing, like, "What? Everything good today? What's the matter? Fasting a couple days. The water's hot. Yeah, okay.
That's horrible.
Water's hot. It's okay. Yeah. That's hell, man.
So like with the taste buds, the mouth and palate and taste buds have changed so much.
Yeah,
that's
if you would put a carrot in your mouth and hold it there from the, I think is it the amylase is one of the enzymes that degrades sugar. You put a carrot now, you hold it, it'd be like, oh, it's like sweet. It's super sweet.
That's what I'm saying.
That
Yeah, you cook it and eat it. It's so sweet. I had cooked carrots.
Here's an interesting
potatoes,
thing. There, the snake diet guy.
Yeah, he's nuts.
Now, if
he was my virtual weight loss coach. I've never talked to him, but that's my virtual weight loss coach.
I was in some place where I had no water but I had food. Okay, I think I'd have a better chance not eating the food. Okay, and allowing the fat stores to enter, but there's water there, so it's like biological water, and it will actually start losing fat, not even for calories, because it wants to produce water. Okay, I'm not saying that that's good, but if you eat, I think that all that food will require so much hydration that if you have your best chance, eating would kill you, and your only chance is fasting to achieve biological water
on the island for survival.
I don't know if that's true. I'm going to ask JD, but that's what I would do. And I think
I would last so long Googan on an island. That's what scares the shit out of me. When everything goes dark, I'm just a fat tub. I'm going to be like at least like 800 days, like just drinking water saying, come on, kill me. Getting thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner. Lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 5 pounds, 10 pounds. Like,
hey, noobs revenge. When you do, like, because you seem to be very knowledgeable, like an herbalist. When I do invite you, even if I might not agree, but I'm open-minded, try and bring some literature, like, oh, up here, check, this is the literature, because I can share screen it, and it's quite simple, because when you're part of the stream, on the bottom it says present. You pop up in the backstage, I pop up your screen, we can have a conversation. I don't like not having visuals, because then people can say that's full of crap. That's full of crap. And it's more fun to have, like, well, look, at least there is
show pictures.
Study. It's more fun, in my opinion. So let's see. We do okay. So we've pretty much caught up with the live stream, guys.
Good.
Yeah. So what else could we talk about? We're up to date. I did a fast, kind of not planned, just happened to. I think there's too much happening, and I think, like, I'm too adrenalized, focusing, because everything's like another thing's happening. Oh, another. It's like, and like my appetite is down. So before you know it, I get up in the morning and I last the second day, and I'm like, all right, well, I said I may as well start my spring fast to kind of clean house, and I made it to 4. I wanted to get to 5, but yesterday was like a day where get up in the morning at 6, work 12 hours, drove back. Noah had metal in his eye, drove to a near hospital, waited
I saw
hours,
the picture,
said screw this, drove all the way back to my work, which is like 60 kilometers from my house, when I had already went about 30 kilometers there, all the way there.
But I'm
and then,
surprised
I
it's
just
not much.
I just barged through.
I'm
Got the
surprised it's
doctor
not
that I
more weight
liked, and I'm
loss
like,
though.
yeah, I explained it. I was like, okay, listen, I'm tired, and this happened. So
I'm
he's
surprised.
like, yeah. So,
You're fasting?
I'm
yeah,
surprised
he didn't
there's not
look. He
much
didn't
more
look
weight
too.
loss.
He was kind of like, huh. But
Eh?
to be honest, I started feeling dizzy and stuff, and but I think it was like literally I was up to 21 hours non-stop. So I broke my fast. I went and I just,
Yeah,
like,
but it comes fast though. That
so-
comes fast though. That comes
Yeah.
fast. My
yeah,
first
yeah.
time,
You exert too much, it's not good.
the seventh day after getting up from fasting, I got up and went like the right away. Right away, when it was like instantaneous. I sat down, had a glass of water. I was good for 3 more days. I didn't eat again there, but it's just that I don't know what it was. It was like it was quick to like the energy
Salt.
distribution.
It could be salt, man. The majority of the issues will be salt, and in fact, like we talk about individualization there when we're speaking about nutrition, you are losing way more water than usually people would lose. Okay,
Yeah.
because
So
all of that
much.
massive weight loss, I to a certain extent cannot be like there's only a limited amount of fat you can burn, right? If your
Yeah.
metabolism's like 2000, well, you know, you'll burn 2000 of energy that day. That's not even a pound. But because you said you had starting to get all these chronic ailments, you admit that you were eating an insanely like toxic diet. You were not likely not only fat, but you were swollen. You were.
I was more swollen than
Yeah.
fat. More swollen than fat for me. I was more swollen.
Because as you know, Mom, same thing. She lost a dramatic amount of weight, but now she's having heart issues and she's retaining water. And when she took the Lasix, she looks like a raisin. She's saying now.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I said, I'm like a genie. You made a wish, you wanted to be thin, and genies, you always get the wish and you regret it. I said, so now you're a California raisin. Deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's old thick.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah.
Oh, you weren't bad at all. I mean, I get it because now you are a smaller guy, but you weren't big, man. Like, I mean, you know.
I know I wasn't huge, but that's brutal. And that's a long time ago.
Yeah, man.
That was almost my highest.
But aren't you surprised, Googan? Like, I thought after 8 days of fasting that I would have lost 26 pounds. Like, I was sure.
That's like the day of. I think.
Well, you see, hey, dude, that's how I've arrived now. I'm about arrived a bit bigger than that
muscle.
right now.
And is that so? This is before that one.
That's December.
That's this morning. No, I'm kidding.
That pic is after you've already lost the weight. That one.
Yeah, he lost quite a bit, I'm sure.
That one, right?
Which one?
The one you just showed. Like, is that's
like December when I started.
Okay. All right.
I was like,
so were you bigger
weighing
than
myself
that?
Every day?
Were you bigger than that picture?
Barely.
Okay, yeah. But you notice that your arms aren't fat, nothing looks fat, but it's really just that stomach area.
Erect.
Yeah, that's it. And
process,
that is a sign that because there's healthy fat and there's unhealthy fat.
Just like storing this horrible stuff like pus and whatever.
Yeah. But you know what I mean?
I know. That's what it feels like. Anyways, I do it now. I'm thin everywhere. I just grab my gut, and I'm so mad because I make a ball with the friggin' fat gut, and everything else is tight. Everything else is thin, just a friggin' gut now, and that's what's coming in: the gut and the chest.
Yeah, it's always the slowest. The face always shows the most.
Yeah,
like if you look yesterday, like I was fasted.
Yes,
and I was like, and the angle. I'm on the phone, screaming at them while I'm driving. And then I look back, and all you see is like my face going back, shaking.
That was so funny.
An insane moron. And I was like, oh, damn, that's a horrible angle. Damn it. Yeah.
But
I thought I would have lost more, though. It's maddening that after 8 days, like I lose 6 pounds sometimes.
I think you had your like insane initial phase. Now I think that majority of the time you'll probably be losing maybe
I have something wild.
a pound a week, which like where you're at now there is about
how
like
many a
4 to
week?
5 pounds a day, a month.
I just pulled up my data.
No,
and
I'm losing a pound every 2 days.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
154 on May 27th, so that's like Saturday, I think. And then I did my fast on Sunday, and I got to like 147.
Okay.
So I did like 6 pounds. So
Wow.
that's from eating the potatoes. That's from having like little glycogen and like eating the potatoes,
Yeah.
and then like fasting it all out for 32 hours, and going to the gym and doing a light exercise, which that was one of my first times ever doing going to the gym fasted, and it was such an intense, cool thing to contrast between going to the gym, like eating, especially with the carbs and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So I could still like drop tons of weight, and then I usually like eat like a couple pounds of food and water every day, and like my weight will barely go up or down, and it'll stay the same.
Shit.
Can I because
And-
I'm just trying to keep up, sorry for cutting you off with
Yeah, you want to do comments
yeah, I think I
and
think
wrap up or
here,
something?
this was when I invited I'll just call you a revenge instead of noobs. It's revenge is either noobs. And I think what he's saying is screw the paper, I'll bring you into the wild, and that's even better. Well, yeah, okay, but no one knows where anyone lives, so you can't bring us into the wild. So what I'm saying is I want to open-mindedly have you share, because this isn't just me. I'm not a guru. This is a community, and sometimes we won't agree with each other, but it's all about sharing. So I want you to come on. But for the interest, you don't have to. You can still just come on, but it's more effective because I think a lot of people are skeptical of what you're going to present. So it would help you to present some stuff, to know where we're getting it from. But it's up to you, either way. You'll have the mic, and I'll ask questions, and those questions will really just be to pull out more information. The question, I'm not going to be ever challenging you, because if you're part of our family, you're a new member. That's how I treat my members. That way, if somebody is interested in the knowledge, they will seek and find it for themselves. What I could only point to. No, I understand. You're a sign pointing the way. That's great. Either way, I'm giving you time, and you do what you want with the time. I was just saying, me personally, I'm a PowerPoint presentation guy, and I like to pop up stuff. So that's just maybe me that you're free. What else? What time is it? Okay. We have like, why don't we go for another 15 minutes or so? And we can leave it there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be setting up outside.
Do we want to do we want to put a link and finish the last 15 minutes returning to the pits of hell? It's up to you guys.
Where? What link?
I'm saying for the last 15 minutes, if we stopped everything from keto, should we post a link and see if one of the demons want to come on and just like hiss,
tell Bruce off? Yeah, sure. Oh, why not?
Hiss and vomit and spin their heads in circles. Now that they're not here, no one likes me. But
they're not here. They're doing their lines of coke in the back room.
Yeah. So in the back room, what was going on, and I wasn't paying attention because I was like, are you serious? This is my keto stream, and now it's going to be this. It's like, no, I'll deal with you later. But it was fun to put in a little bit between the keto. I think we got like a good amount of content, so it still represents what we were talking about. It says, Zetetic Warrior at 6 says, let's talk, Jason. I don't know if that's the real Z. Then it was like, let me in. Then Patrick saying, you fucking suck, Bruce, you fucking liar. Fuck you, Bruce, you bitch. I just want to point out that your community are on a spiritual path, right? You reject the stupid man-made false religion that is traditional Christianity. You guys know the secret of reaching the Most High on yourself. And I wonder why is it your meditation and your enlightenment allows you to speak that way instead of keeping a calm Christ consciousness? Just
Easy.
questioning.
Satanism, power drinks.
Then
That's
Bruce,
their thing.
then Bruce had
Internet clout grift.
yeah, Bruce,
Yeah.
and then he said, "Dumb fuck," and then faggot. See you soon, faggot. That's Bruce. And
Yeah.
then watch me, Pia Patrick. I'd love to see you come at me, motherfucker. And then OTW. I'm fucking ready and waiting, fucking pussy. I want to confront Bruce. Bruce is a fucking coward. Come on, dude. I'm waiting, asshole. Fucking pussy. Yeah, because you are a loser. Fucking retard. You are so pathetic, Bruce.
Whoa.
I'm loving how stupid you sound, Bruce. Like you know anything, you dumbass. You guys suck. That's why you only have 3 viewers. Correction, 1 viewer. No one likes me, but I get 80 viewers during my live stream. You are very convincing. Maybe I should leave, the true God of the Bible, and I should, just leave this stupid Jesus thing. Gosh.
I'm gonna go have a coffee tomorrow.
I want that Christ oil going from my nuts back up to my brain, flying my pineal gland into multiple metaphysical dimensions of enlightenment. Sorry.
See what fasting does?
And do you notice with fasting that it makes you speedy?
God damn.
Like you're freaking
like on cocaine, like someone high.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And this is a documented scientific fact and it makes sense, right? It's like your body needs to survive and needs to be actually optimally fit at its best thing when it doesn't have food to make sure we didn't die out as a species, right?
Yeah, I picked up the treadmill.
Hey?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't do like outdoor stuff because it was in the winter.
Like me, you see the video, Jason, of me doing the exercises, and I put it in fast speed, and I'm shouting.
No, you know what? Like lately,
I was psychotic, man.
These guys, I missed. I have to catch up on Garland's. I have to catch up.
Oh my God, it was so good last night.
Wait. I lost my train of thought. I was saying about fasting, and you can look it up. So, what are you missing when you're fasting? Because technically, there is no starvation
Food.
that's occurring even if you're at 5-6 days under.
There's no you're not starving conditions. For most people.
So you go through your glycogen storage, right? Your glycogen
storage would be dead.
Yeah, that's right. It's true. You're not hungry. You're right, Google. My 8th day, I wasn't hungry, man. I ate on the 9th day because I was afraid. I was afraid like I would just faint or something in case, because it was my first.
Yeah,
I went from 3 days to 9. To 9 would have been a bit much.
The fifth morning, I got sick and stopped. That was just like my longest, like 90 something.
Yeah. It's long.
So you just refeed it and do it again, or take a break and like do like small meals.
That's what I meant. So
then you work on your dieting, because that's the other half.
So you're doing like that.
That's
like
the only way sustainable, because you're
you're
gonna fast and then like eat like horrible. Then
yeah, and you're watching the scale. But I mean, I went radical from. Me too. Every day now. So
cool. You weigh yourself every day too.
Yeah, every morning. And
yeah,
here
that's exactly what I do.
I don't know if you're like me, man. I eat. And tomorrow I have a little bit less meat. Half a pound too much is, you know what I mean? Like I gauge, I eat, I look at the weight, but it pisses me off because you eat a little piece of meat and the friggin' scale tells you weigh half a pound or a pound more. It's bullshit. Then it takes another day for it to go down. When I eat, I'm sad because that's like the weight. It stays there for 2 or 3 days before it starts going down again. But that's what I do. I weigh myself. Okay, I ate. And then I just go back down again. I bring it down 3-4 pounds. Then I eat, bring it down 3-4 pounds. So basically,
nice.
in 10 pounds, Jace, I'm doing and Googan, I'm doing one cycle.
Whoa, give me 1 second, guys. Listen, we're at the end of the stream. I'm fine if you want to call your minions to come and invade the stream. We're done anyway. So if anything wants to be said. I didn't want to do it like right in the middle of the stream. I wanted to get like all the keto stuff done. Check with Moose. Do you know who Moose is?
to remind you yesterday when you came on my panel, I
Yeah.
didn't fucking put you backstage.
No, Pat, I said I actually let you come on because I was like, okay, I'll give him, you know, time to have it hash it out with Bruce. But I took you down because I was like, it was just repetitive. Like,
hash it out. You know,
right. I just said that now you can. Pat, what I'm saying
yeah.
is I gave you a brief period just so, you know, you can get it. It was just right. So I'm calling you to say, if you guys want to come, now I'll accept anybody and everyone. That's what I'm trying to say. I did not want to waste like 20 minutes on the keto. I got the keto down. You guys want to come on, you know, no problem. So you can page all the other guys that were trying to come on. Cool. Whatever you like, buddy.
Are you still live?
Yeah, that's what I just said. I said I didn't want to do 20 minutes of you guys hashing it out in the middle of the keto phase. Now you can come and do whatever you want. Free for all. What I care. So if all those other guys, even Zetetic Warrior wants to come, now they're all welcome. All right. See you, bud. We'll see. He's getting mad at me. I'm like, dude, I actually let you come on for a few, you know.
I didn't even respond. I didn't even respond.
No, that's why I'm like, come now. But to me, it was just because it was constant, like just now it was just swearing. I was like,
I don't.
Then he's like, I'm going to take the time. I'm like, no, I'm not.
I won't
I'm not
interact
doing
with him. When I see him, I'll slap him.
5 hours.
Yeah, him and I, there'll be no interaction. I'll meet him, and that'll be it. Boom.
Noobs, test your mic. Are you there?
I'm here. It's
Cool.
actually Nubs.
Is it? Can I just? Are you okay if I call you Revenge? Is it Nubs?
Sure, Nubs, because I chopped my fingertip off. That's why. That's where the Nubs come from.
With a knife? Like
no, I did some DIY cosmetic surgery on my finger with a circular saw. I saw it on YouTube. Okay. The surgeon was doing a great job with a little one. So I figured my 6.5-inch saw would do a much better job. I was absolutely right. Came right off. Not a problem to remove that piece of needed.
Your identity is associated with a fingerless man, and you know we'll affirm.
Well, not the entire finger, just the tip.
Well, stick it up again. Would you see it?
I had a friend. They lost it. Well,
actually, yeah. Just
my friend, his nail regrew a bit higher. I don't know if that's what yours is doing, but his nail regrew just a little bit higher. And well, he has like a half nail.
I used a variety. I used a variety of different herbs to take care of the wound. It was a work-related injury, so by the time I got to the hospital, they determined that because I had the blood stopped, I was no longer on the get him in right away type list. So I sat there for 3 hours, and then they cleaned it out, and they were wondering why I had all this green shit in my finger. And well, it was about 4 different herbs that I used to clean and, take care of the wound. Antibacterial herbs, antifungal herbs, all of it.
It worked well.
What's that?
It worked super well, right? I bet.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like,
I use that same process.
Like the majority of medications come from freaking plant, like aspirin and stuff like that. So they'll be like,
aspirin comes from aspen.
Is crap, but we'll take that and make the molecule, and then we'll test it. Fasting, like obviously you don't look too big, but have you ever done fasting and stuff for health?
I intermittent fast every day, all day long. I eat once at night. I am recently I've actually started eating meat again.
Okay. For what reason? Like, were you vegetarian or vegan for a while?
I was vegetarian. I was vegetarian due to a couple of different reasons. One, I was fighting some spots in my mouth. I can't say it was the big C, but I sure felt that way after speaking with lots of people that had that particular type of big C. And I utilized herbs there again. It was not a fun process. It was absolutely rancid in most times, disgusting combinations of herbs, etc. But I don't have any spots in my mouth, so
that's good, man.
And I don't feel like shit anymore.
When you were a vegetarian, like where you're like octo ovo, where you're just still doing eggs or
Yeah,
milk?
I just didn't eat meat or
Okay.
fish or dairy or poultry.
Yeah. What I'm trying to do here is we last year we had 12 backyard hens for laying eggs. This year my wife got 32. And so that's
Awesome.
we eat a large amount of eggs in my home.
Did you see the comment I made on feed for your birds?
No, like I was kind of trying to respond, but no, I missed that one. So
The-
what's up? Tell me
The
about
comments. The feed that I've found is most easily and readily available is duckweed.
Ducks get high?
No,
I'm
not
joking.
weed. And no, I'll show you some. Hang on one second.
Still water duckweed.
Yeah, it's the water duckweed. It reproduces. It's like twice its size in 3 days.
Wow.
It's small.
I'm just gonna go blow my nose, guys. Feel free
Cool
to
system.
continue talking there. Oh wow.
This is some of the plants that I'm growing right now.
Indoors.
Oh, you got a nice setup, man.
LEDs.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And fish.
Koi. And koi? Is that koi?
No, those are goldfish.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're
big
nice
ones.
and big. Nice big ones.
Nice.
Yeah, well they
I
get big.
have goldfish and koi.
When you let them, I only had a couple in the aquarium and they got big.
Those are
boy.
big.
Yeah, they're nice when they grow. They go nice.
That's a lot too.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
So you
Nice
got the
clean-
whole systems going back and
Nice,
forth.
nice and clean too.
Look at this thing.
With gravity and pumps.
Look at this thing. How big that thing is.
That's the indoor pothos plant. Or
Wow.
some. Ooh, that
nice.
is so cool.
Yeah, that's nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it's like grabbing onto your wires and roof.
Yeah, it's nice to see it growing inside like that. It's always fun.
Whoa.
Some nice stuff, eh? It's all stuff I don't even know. It's almost like exotic plants or something.
This is really exotic, especially like inside.
Yeah. Nice.
People do this in like greenhouses.
Yeah, absolutely. And they grow
Or
shit
move
grows
to the
good in that.
equator and do this.
Like hydroponic balls, I guess I could be mistaken, but it grows good.
Yeah, the
This
beads,
is-
the beads and stuff. Oh, that's clear.
This is my water side for water plants.
Right.
I've got a couple of different species in here.
Yeah, nice and clean. It must be a hell of a freaking job cleaning that boy every couple of days. Or it could be auto
Actually,
auto
I utilize all of it. I run it through a system. And then basically what I do is I also have rabbits.
Okay.
Hang on one second. Here, I'll show you.
Rabbits are part of the system.
The rabbits are part of the system, absolutely.
wild.
So I grow some of the rabbit food. Then I have my rabbits that then they're not for meat purposes. I'm utilizing that. I take that and I combine that with the fish castings. And then I add worm castings, etc. And I put that into my soil, and I also utilize it for sales purposes for my business.
Wow.
As a soil amendment, and I charge quite a decent amount for it because it takes a lot of fucking work to get there.
That's like recycling. It just recycles everything and just recycles itself, and it even pays.
And the rabbits have like a regular like diet.
Yep. And I can uptake different minerals by giving them different flowers and different stuff that they're able to eat.
Yeah, they're
because
eating healthy.
They're making it they make it bioavailable for the plant, and in turn putting those nutrients into a bioavailable system for me. So things like my raspberry leaf, raspberry leaf I was talking about earlier. The reason I bring that up is because that has your B spectrum, your C spectrum, your E spectrum, and not all of it, but nevertheless a good amount. Also, the minerals. It has calcium, magnesium, zinc, and the tannins. While normally I would agree with you, the tannins are destroyers. Tannins, when they're in certain plants like that, such as barberry and also the red raspberry, it actually destroys what you don't want. So it actually benefits your system more so than it tears it up, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense.
It's all about balance, though. Everything in balance.
Yeah.
Just like everything else in life.
Yeah, like nature, like everything. When you lose the balance, you lose the growth, you lose everything.
Oh, I just wanted to say something, and I'll let you guys continue. Exit Leia solo. Yeah, like my plan. Like I said, I had 12 chickens last year. Now we have 32 chickens. Those chickens, I'll retire those. They're gonna give eggs, and when they stop plopping, then you know what? They're moving to Florida, retirement. Most of the time, we arrive when they're older, and damn it, they're dead. I'm doing that because I'm like, I think that there's no limitation to eggs. That's bullcrap. Cholesterol, dietary cholesterol, that does not increase cholesterol and things like that. So for the eggs, I eat a large quantity of eggs. Then that means that there's no death so far. There's no death. There's no suffering. Then after I want to buy, like we used to do that, and now I had some, with everything happening, I'm going to the grocery store beef. But ideally, ethically, find the local farmer, support them. They are being squashed out. You can separate with 3, 5, 10 people. There's no excuse to say that the cow is too expensive. That cow has lived a good life. And yes, I'm up to one death for over 1.5 years to feed my family. Then I would like to have a pig. Now the pig, I would feed a lot of the scraps and leftovers. So all of my leftovers will not be wasted. It's going to be producing meat from a pig. The cow, the pig have a nice life and a few seconds and they're dead. That's 3 deaths. I feel that is way more vegan than veganism if I really do it that way, because for the fact that we do know that, you know, there's crops, pesticides, you know, there's animals that die and stuff. So like they might be small rodents, and they might be I don't care if they're a lot less than the animal killing. We have to take into consideration the intensity as well. So a lot of these cows, they're killed relatively quickly. There is an amount of suffering if it's the destructive feed lot. You know, obviously a paradigm, but there's death in monocrops. And I think that all of the vegan eating over and over for 365 days, I think somewhere there's a rodent or two that died. So I think that being able to survive and assure that you're actually taking the time to protect the animal. And come on, man, 2 deaths a year.
If I may on that one, there's a big misnomer on vegan as a industry. Yes, I will absolutely agree. Hands down, kills thousands and thousands of animals. They are definitely counterproductive. There is a small group of individuals, and I say individuals because they're all different and they're all on their own, and they've all chosen their own path. And somebody like myself, where I have the fish and I have the rabbits, there's a reason that I have those animals, and those animals get fed better than most animals ever would. So they're treated better, and ultimately they're going to die, and that animal is then going to be put back into the process. So effectively, there are good ways to, if you know what the fuck you're doing, excuse me, language. If you know what you're doing, you can absolutely plant plants that will deter. I mean, say for instance, you had a snake problem.
Yeah.
There's about 8 different plants that prevent snakes that you can plant around your house and just simply have no snakes around your house.
There's no knowledge about the plants. If people knew how many medicinal, cures that the plants have, and probably even cures of cancers, and
all
like
this,
you said,
Absolutely.
guys,
especially
all
with the
this
insects,
holistic
with
stuff,
the insects and stuff. That's true. The insects, the ants, and
all these holistic things, guys, has been forgotten, fasting included.
Yeah.
When a doctor looks at you like this there because you've done a 4-day fast and you're like, geez, imagine. And they get the idea that these doctors know nutrition and stuff like that. There was an endocrinologist while I was working, and I was talking about intermittent fasting and keto. But at that time, I think she caught on just to the fasting. And all of a sudden she looks, she's like, excuse me, I'm trying to concentrate and I don't agree with what you're saying. So can you, please stop? And I said, forgive me. I'm sorry that that your eavesdropping affected me. I said, well, first of all, I said, endocrinologists see patients with insulin resistance, which is caused by chronically high insulin. And when it gets severe enough, I said, you as a doctor, you give insulin, further increasing the progression. So I said, I know that doctors are not trained in nutrition.
No,
and that's it. I left. And then I expected to get fired.
Trained to listen, not nutrition. They repeat the puppets. They repeat what a doctor, I mean, they work hard. They work their asses off, but
they're not trained as nutritionists.
No, and they have to take the poison. Anyway, they have to take medicine no matter what. Here, take this. They look up. Okay, we'll give that for.
Like physicians don't have complete autonomy. They have to follow.
They look online. They do research.
Yeah,
they have.
And on top of it, Bruce, they're also. I said they're not nutritionists. The nutritionists that are trained in universities do a standard diet, 60% carbohydrates. Doesn't matter if you're sedentary, doesn't matter if you're older, and varying ability of glucose. It's not explained that it's fuel. Use it strategically for your benefit. None of that. So the nutritionists come out with the standard diet again, the food pyramid that slightly changed, that the fat is still on the bottom, the protein is minimal, and then it's all of the breads and stuff like that. So the doctors have to follow that, even if they know, and the nutritionists would have to follow that when they're at work. So those nutritionists are brainwashed.
You think about it, it's deeper than that.
Well,
it's way deeper than that.
Just let me finish one thing, because I'll, on top of that, okay, when they're critically ill, all right, and they're all morbidly obese, they'll calculate the calories to maintain that weight. I don't understand that. They put a feeding tube in the most critically ill patients, that is a constant infusion. So you have no catabolic aspects. They are they chronically give this to create anabolic phases when the most important is to let the body works. Leave it alone. Stop feeding it. It needs to heal. Then after, everyone is put on steroids, and they're called glucocorticosteroids. Gluco, it produces glucose. So then they're all on prednisone. They're all even worse with their sugars high. Infusions of insulin. They are anabolic for months. I have to look at this and shut my mouth because I'm at work and this is governmental decisions. Yeah, and then you look at the bags of feed. High fructose. It is disgusting. The feeding, the bags that they feed them. And often they're so sick that we have to test residuals. So we'll aspirate the feeding tube to see. And very often they have they're not eating food, right? So this is just water. And then they aspirate. They vomit more often. They aspirate. They are anabolic the whole time they're there. Garland Farms talked about his father's experience. I'm pretty sure he said it online. His father had multiple things, but he had a massive infection, and he wasn't going the right direction. And finally, I think JD either found out how much the glucose, the level, which is supposed in Canada 5 millimoles, is that like 80 to 120 in American units? I think it was probably in the 200s for the American units, and it was like extremely high at like 16 or something. JD, knowing biology, mentioned, okay, so we're gonna fix this before I sue you guys. All of this glucose, I want it off of my father. Okay, when your glucose is high, it deactivates your immune system, and you guys are giving him antibiotics. You're keeping him completely hyperinsulinemic and stuff like that. And he goes, if you don't reduce the carbohydrates and stop this, I am suing you. And that's the only time that a doctor, I think, and a nutritionist, I heard them go,
with the brakes.
Okay, we'll do what you want.
Imagine.
Yeah, don't mess with JD. By the way, my new handle, this is my new handle, and I'll leave it at that. Okay, so what time
Nubs was going to say something. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
That food pyramid is very, very. It's purposely done that way. Think, for instance, in back in time, they had a byproduct from, I forgot what industry. I think it's the oil industry, but I could be wrong. Or the steel industry, if I remember correctly. Anyways, there was a byproduct. It was called fluoride. Okay, and back in the 30s, there was a group of people that used it in very large doses to allow a docility of an entire people group.
That was experiments. That was sick. They did that. Yeah.
Yes. And now we have these things recommended by, the powers that be. I'm not going to mention anything because I'm not trying to fuck up your program here. Nevertheless, we have advocacies for these types of things when in fact they know that they do not natural fluoride, the stuff that's found in Florida, that stuff's really good for you. Okay. The stuff that is found in other places that we consume it, not so much.
Yeah.
Like it's a straight up toxin.
They admit
fluoride or consume what?
When we consume fluoride that is not of a natural source, it's a toxin in our body. Processed. And it causes a docility or a docileness within the brain because they say it calcifies the pineal gland, but that's totally not what actually is going on.
It creates docility or something. Maybe I'm pronounced like the way you said. Yeah, to be docile, to be calmer, or forgetful of certain issues. Yeah,
just like the food pyramid, with the protein being where it is and the fats, oils where they are, it causes that same kind of docility because we are more likened to be slothful when you're surrounded by sloths.
Yeah,
guys, just 1 second. I'm gonna pop out of the stream for a second, and you'll see only you guys continue the conversation. It's very interesting. He wants to know, Garland Farms. He was just wondering, what do you feed your goldfish? He's questioning: is it soy-based feed?
No.
Garland Farms asking.
Oh wow,
no.
It's really hard to find fish feed that's not soybean.
I make most of my own.
How? Okay, I'm out of here. I'll let you, and I'll watch it again. I'll let you talk, guys. I just have to go do something, so I no point in leaving.
So you make your own food for the fish. You're saying?
Now we can only see you, not us.
No, I realize. Yeah, I was like, hey, how are you doing? Okay, remove, exit solo layout, and then remove. All right, continue, guys.
Just different fish and vegetables.
Is it the gel base or is it dry based?
Both.
Yeah, both.
It comes out a paste.
Imagine all the disgusting things that they're putting in the fish that we're buying in markets and stuff like that. I mean, without me having a knowledge of it, you can be sure
Yeah,
they're
they
doing
feed
a
them trash.
like where they're growing them and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
trout
they
reefs
keep
or
them in
whatever.
like
That's
cages, and they all get like skin
horrible.
infections based
Yeah,
on the
because they want
diet
them
and
to
the
get big.
environment.
Yeah, they boost them to get big and everything, but it's the quality of the meat and stuff must be very, very good.
Well, that's part of the reason that I chose goldfish and guppies for my aquaponics systems. One, guppies produce or reproduce quite quickly, and my
Yeah,
goldfish will actually eat my guppies
right.
Yeah,
because my goldfish are just predators with
stops
a taste.
overpopulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so they are going to, that's where I focus most of my nutrients is in my guppy tanks. And
Right.
then I allow nature to take care of what
Oh
nature
my
does.
God.
So what started you doing that, man? Is it something you do inside or something with your work without
I'm,
revealing or anything?
I do landscaping and architectural design as well as construction, and I'm bored during the winter.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I
I'm
get bored.
I'm in the
Cold.
North Country. Oh, by the way, my comment about the eyes being dark around your it was merely for your health and benefit. Like your
Yeah, no,
comment
it's
towards
something I
that it was
noticed too. Especially
yeah,
when I lost all the weight, it stuck out a lot. It
yeah, and
was
that's where
from my unhealthy lifestyle years before.
the vitamin B comment came from that, and also the vitamin E comment. Vitamin E, the stuff that I would say that would be well worth looking into would be the marigold oil. Definitely very
Me,
beneficial.
the
And then, like I
vitamin E
said, the black seed
burnt
oil.
me. It burnt my eyes. And here I thought you were talking about me. If you don't know me,
No,
Nubs, enough, but my trolls, my famed trolls, always call me the raccoon because I have black eyes. It's always been. That's why I assumed you were talking
normally
about
it's
me.
a
You're so much lighter.
But vitamin E burns
normally
me. Like I tried the liquid vitamin E a long time ago. I think it was a liquid cream or creamy something. And when I put it on the skin, my skin became irritated, like a child that gets a rash. You know, it was crazy. I don't know if it was because I had put it on too thick or whatnot.
look into the benefits of calendulum oil or marigold oil.
I heard the calendulum. Marigold, I haven't heard though.
Yeah, marigold oil,
It's just
taken
saying that
orally can
yeah. Hey
it
guys,
fucks
can I
with your
cut you off?
rosin tone.
Guys,
Yeah.
just something about vitamin E you're talking about. My wife even
Yeah, I
she's
was
allergic.
overhearing you, Bruce, and the same thing happens to me with some of my tattoos. I had to use it.
Right.
You know, I mean, your skin gets dry, whatever, but you know, the same thing. I can't use the vitamin E.
Is it possible it's not the
That's what
vitamin E and it's some product that's in there
filler.
with the
That's
vitamin
what I
E?
think. It could be.
Yeah,
I
it
think
could be.
right. I don't think vitamin E would be doing that.
It's probably the bioavailability of that vitamin E, because if it doesn't match your specific body, it's not going to work.
Hey,
Right.
Also, before I let you guys continue, I just wanted to share one thing.
Sorry to butt in.
Well,
If you need me,
yeah.
Hey,
Okay. Yeah. We're
before
gonna do
she
maybe half
leaves,
an hour max, and
it
then
doesn't
that's
matter.
it.
I have to go take advantage of light.
Okay.
before she leaves,
Okay, guys. I just want to show this noobs because it's not noobs. Jeez.
Nubs.
I'm sorry. I'm calling you revenge. So since we're heavily biased in a way for animal based, meaning like instead of having the majority plant and some animal food, we're opposite. Everyone else with different opinions is welcome. I'm trying to build a community based on nutrition. So I just want to show but how would you get vitamin E? Let's say if you are deficient, but through the way that this channel would like to concentrate on eating. So there's goose meat. If you think you want to make sure you're not deficient. There are plant sources, guys. Like look, I'm not saying I just want you guys to have knowledge of the ones that are animal based. Rainbow trout, snails.
Like tell me, like, beer has like vitamin E. Like, tell me something like that. Then we'll have a beer.
Look at this. I gave our granddaughter cod oil, and that's in a can with the cod liver. I even gave her a little bit of cod liver itself. She had like 2-3 pieces. What I'm trying to do is get her palate used to these things that are grandparents or a little bit further were eating often a lot of cod liver oil. But I rather you actually, just to be safe, not cod liver pills. I open this can and you open it, it has the cod liver. The thing is filled to the brim with its own oil. When I flip the can for the nutritional information, all of that together is 15 grams. Okay. That's like 1,500 milligrams of omega-3, which is extremely important because even the animal food, unless it's grass-fed, is high in omega-6. The omega-6 sneaks in there everywhere. You have to be very careful. And even if you guys now are suddenly avoiding it, this essential fat is a component in many parts of your cells and stuff. It'll take maybe at least a year for an exchange of cells for that stuff to get out. So even for the next year, while you're upping your omega-3, you will start balancing it out. It's great, but even that's how awful it is. It stays in your body for an extremely long time. So I want to feed her liver. I want to get her palate used to these superfoods. Liver and other organs, which are gross to me, actually have vitamin C. I'm not sure if you cook it, it's probably gone. So, and you look at a lot of cultures, the organs freshly cut, they would like snip a piece everywhere. When Matt Walsh went on a documentary and he went to visit the Maasai, that's what they did. Boom, just slaughtered the lamb, and it was still freaking warm, and he's passing a piece, and he's like, so if I can get her used to liver, which I consider a superfood, and not cod liver oil, but really cod liver, this is what I'm trying to do based on the research, Nutrition and Physical Degeneration by Weston A. Price, which is a compilation of his research that was done in the early 20th century with various cultures that were still not in contact with modernity and were still practicing their cultural ways of living and diet. When he visited these areas, he found people with increased bone density, with no cavities, with wider nasal bridges, wider jaws, with their wisdom teeth that fit in them. They were all quite lean. They didn't know about like even depression and things like that. They're like, no, we don't have that in our culture. Like, it's just like, and they are so limited in their food because here they always, that's very restrictive. I have the research. I don't need any more peer-reviewed studies. This is research that is not acknowledged because it doesn't fit the paradigm that they're trying to push. But they all had a few things like in the Scottish Isles. He went and visited them. They ate only seafood from the coast. Their land was mossy and rocky. They only could grow oats, and that's what they ate. And they ate cod liver stuffed in the head of the cod with oats. That was their big thing. And
they also have a lot of sea moss in those communities, which contains massive amounts of nutrients.
Iodine especially too,
Right. Iodine's huge, and we don't consume hardly any of it in our diet.
No. Yeah. One thing, just to finish it up, so he visited those, but there were also cultures, same genetics, same family lineages that were, let's say, in contact at the ports, starting to get the white flour, starting to get the sugary pastries, the canned goods devoid of nutrients. These people's dentition started to like erode immediately. And people born on that diet had more and more narrow jaws, crowding of teeth, smaller bridges. And I was told it was evolution. Oh, it's because of evolution we're losing those. I was like, okay. But I'm like, no, those are nutritional deficiencies. And I'm like, so I'm following Weston A. Price's organization in his research, and I'm definitely going after these things like cod liver, old school liver, not afraid of bacon and eggs in the morning, or butter and stuff like that. and we're starting to be the examples, you know, and this is cool. We got 4 people now that can be part of the Monday community. Nubs, you're welcome to share your health information. We all share. Some people might start having slight differences. I want to hear those differences, but we remain in a very sharing kind of state. You can voice maybe I don't agree with that. Okay, why? No problem. But there's no you're wrong. We don't talk about you're wrong. We want to keep this.
Wrong and right is determined by the one that is speaking and only recognized by them.
I want to keep it like nice and peaceful. You know, sometimes nutrition is a little bit like religion. But,
there's a debate. Always debating is good. Debating is healthy. Food. Debating is healthy. You know, debating is healthy. We can disagree. We can't agree on everything. We'll talk about aliens,
personally, for me, any debate that I would do, I want a moderator. I want the other person's mic muted. I want like 3 to 5 minutes, whatever's decided. And you express yourself, no interruptions. And after the 5 each, you go on to the next topic. You don't keep on spinning. The viewers want to go to the next topic. And I'd love
like the elections, but that doesn't even work.
I would love to moderate. I don't know how to get into that, but I would be fair as crap, man. I'd be like, it's time. It's like, moderator, here's your minutes. Here's your minutes. You guys do whatever.
They do it in the Congress. They have so many problems. You see, they
the
do
grand rumble at the end where it's no hold barred for the drama kind of thing.
They do it in the Congress and at the elections when the presidents and stuff, they have so much time, then they overspeak, and then hang on, you're overspeaking, and it's like it's always hard, but it's fun with debates. When you know you have 3 minutes or 5 minutes to talk, you'll say usually everything you want to say in those 5 minutes. You know. Well,
it's like the flat earth, or the awaken or whatever community that you know, I'm having issues with and stuff like that. I don't want to, like yesterday I proved the point and I just went on and screamed and swore, screamed and generalized everybody to prove a point. I don't ever want to go back there. And I'm like, I want to, if there's good content, I want to refute, I'll refute anything Christian. You know, I want to leave it at that. I don't want to talk to them because it's just yelling. It's not fun.
I refer to the Bible on that issue.
Call me a coward, you know, like, oh, you're a coward making a video. I'm like, no, it's more fun for everybody. It's like, dude, go criticize me. I don't care. Just go on, you know. But without a moderator, forget about it. Why are you wasting?
No, they don't want to talk. Look, anyways, the other one came on before. I just let him talk. I mean, I wasn't even going to try. I mean, you can get mad, but at least let somebody talk. But anyways, it's not about talking. It's more about splashing.
Well, hey, if the guys do come on at the end of these streams, I think I might. I don't care if they're mad. That's how I work on my channel. When opponents with histories of not liking each other come on, I am going to mute all the mics for a certain amount of time. I'm going to let them talk. If they need to concede their time because they're done, it's a short thing, back and forth, and that's how it'll go. And then that's it.
As long as there's no sabotage, they can talk without saying the F's and fuck. I mean, you're allowed swearing on YouTube. You can say a fuck. There's no problem. But continually, you know, they're trying to close the channel.
I find it, you know, really, really upsetting because look, I did poke the bear kind of thing when I found the result of Psalm 137 or 73 and the context. Of course, you know, I went and gave him a little jab because that's what's fun. But you know, besides that, I was super cool with the drama and stuff like that. What I really felt like was like unacceptable was them threatening my family and career. What I mean,
there was only one dude that was doing that.
It was so much just yelling when I come here.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that really upset me. Like, I don't care about like sucking.
What I'm saying though is if you classify, for instance, with me, if you classify me to that same individual, I've had, you know, dispute with that individual. So you're literally classifying me with somebody that I've had dispute with.
But
so to classify all together.
No, Nubs. you might have missed the after effect. I'll say it just briefly, right or wrong. I'll tell you literally what my intentions was when I tried to go into that community. I didn't feel welcome, and that's fine. But then after when Zetetic came on and stuff like that, I felt like it wasn't. It was like yelling over me and stuff like that. And I felt like when Freedom Grower came on, who was not rude in any of that respect or degenerate at all. I found that I felt like there was a tactic of constantly interrupting that flustered me. But nowhere in the same. Wait, I'm not done. So I felt that I was yelled and spoken over as well. I felt that I wasn't judged by as an individual. I felt labeled and generalized as well. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go on and I'm just going to do the same thing. I am going to generalize everyone as degenerates. I even said that, but maybe there's too much yelling. And I even said, and it was heard, I'm like, I don't believe that at all. But I'm trying to say is what you're doing to me is exactly like that. You're saying you're a Christian. I know what the pastor, I know what your wife is. And I thought that was inappropriate. And that has constantly since my live stream. So I was like, people don't like to be generalized. I don't like to be generalized. The video that I already posted, my last one, explains that. It says, no, I was, and Patrick knew that. I was like, you guys are generalizing me. You guys are not, you guys don't have to say that you're a fucking idiot and you are programmed. It's like, dude, you can just say, yeah, you know what? Traditionalists, I think it's this, that. But don't tell me what I am and who I am. That was being told. It was a generalization. And I did that to you guys. That's all. And I even said, I'm done with going on the panel. We're so different, and that's fine. I even said, Patrick, I'm happy for you. I know that Patrick wants to do this seriously. Good. Go on, you guys. No problem. But I will go through the 4 hours, I said, to make content with Freedom Slayer. There's too much content now. I can't go through all those live streams that probably don't talk about me 75%. And that's pretty much it. Right or wrong, I'm telling you, that was my intention, was to say, okay, well, this is how I'm feeling, being screamed over and being called a generalization. And from now on, I'll just use the content to criticize mostly that. But if the guys want to come on, like, I don't know if that was the real Zetetic Warrior and stuff. I really don't want those people to come on in the middle of a stream that I'm trying to make a regular diet stream. And I think that's fair enough. You know, this is my diet stream and that's it. You know, like
well, only you have the ability to prevent forest fires.
Hey, what's that?
Only you have the ability to prevent your own forest fires.
Yeah, I'm smoking the bear here, mofos. Yeah, exactly.
I even wrote
and
that.
As far as what you were saying in regards to everything that I've witnessed, because that's where I came aboard, is during that whole interaction. So, you know, my opinion is just that it's an opinion. It matters not in the grand scheme of things.
In retrospect, if I told you, and let's say I'm not full of crap, and that was my intention, does it kind of make more sense that I was just like?
Well, I understand why you did it. I totally get where you're coming from.
I'm not continuing because I don't believe in the generalizations that I was sputtering. I was really just like, you know what?
Right.
I really do not think you guys are degenerates. I might, you know, think there's some people in there. I might question why would say some people hang around. Whatever. I don't care. I don't judge you. Dude, I'm actually serious and I'm not joking about this. Okay. Zetetic Warrior. Okay. If I'm judging him, okay, and I think that he's a complete degenerate, he is suffering from the same disease that we're all suffering. We are fallen. Some people, it manifests differently. I think that it's manifesting extremely strong in his case. And I would wish the best because I know even the most vile person, if they're reborn in their heart, I believe that if God resides in there, they can have a total transformation. And then I would have realized that I don't hate their temple. I actually hate what was in it. But while they're in that state, I'm going to be calling perhaps them degenerate. Right or wrong, that's kind of like how I see it. I wish the best. That's why I wish the best for Patrick. I wish I could hold grudges. Geez, I'm so flawed. But one things that I don't hold is resentments very much, and I don't feel like working on having that. It's like I don't have a lot of virtues, and I at least am not resentful. So some people are like, yeah, why are you being nice? Why are you giving? I'm being less stupid now. I'll defend my platform and stuff, but I don't hate. I wish I could sometimes. The anger fizzles out eventually, and deep inside, I wish the best for everybody. But I'm human, and I get offended from something that is extremely
be true,
important.
be
And
true, be true to who you are, and
well,
if you want to be good, be it, like be fully good.
Well, it's because the reason the problem with the generalization and the danger of it is exactly this. Okay, this is what I'm concerned about. Okay, even if it is a fairy tale, if the fairy tale of Christianity somehow does a complete change in perspective, a heart warming, and all of a sudden a realization of their wrongs, and just a total transformation. Damn it, I lost my thought. What did I just say at the start, guys?
You were saying even if it was a fairy tale.
Oh, yes, yeah. Even if it was a fairy tale, what if it changed this guy's life and he's convinced and he's living by these Christian principles? I don't see any that are too bad. And then imagine he was a drunk. Okay, he was a freaking asshole and he beat his children. And I know there's some people that believe in Christianity they've had these massive transformations. What if Zetetic or Freedom Grower or anybody else, okay, are able to actually go, and that guy's faith just shatters and he fucking returns to drinking and he's beating his wife? What favor did those guys, okay, go after? Even if they claim the truth, wisdom is knowing when to say the truth. That's why it should be strongly said that we don't agree. But if you literally squash somebody's faith, you do not know the ripple effects. It is not about always truth and falsehood. It's not about what you believe. It's what you do. And so if that fairy tale seems to work on a lot of people, and that's great. I don't see how somebody can refute that. I don't think it's a fairy tale, but my life changed. I wasn't a monster, but I tried everything else. Okay. I tried the fairy tale. And I'm convinced I've never been happier. I've never been stronger. The insane amount of stuff over the last 3 years, I wouldn't have made it through. And what's hilarious is, and I think this happens often, people always come to God when their life is like falling apart, when they realize I'm helpless. For some reason, people scream out, and I came to God. And if you want to convince me to squish my faith, I'll just let you know you're allowed to do that. But if you would succeed, it would shatter my family as well as me. So in the future, when you want to completely destroy a Christian, that's my one thing. And I think it's I think it's very valid. I think that wisdom is the knowledge of when to say truth. So even if you guys are true and you're trying to rip us from this control system, if that stupid control system has changed that man's life, okay, or woman or whoever, okay, it is not wisdom. You have the truth. It is not wisdom to share it in that aspect because it will harm someone. I don't see how.
Doesn't it say in Psalms to seek wisdom first? And as far as the whole Z thing and Freedom Grower, without those men here being able to speak on themselves, I can't speak for them. No. I'm not them, so my opinion literally matters not. I would say, as far like I was saying when we were speaking earlier, if there's anything that I can glean from this situation, I would say focusing on the log in my eye has allowed me to not see the specks in my brother's eye.
Yeah, the whole splinter.
And well, it's very, very prophetic if you ask me. I mean, take it for what it is, but I do believe there was an eye issue that you were dealing with yesterday. So, take it for what it is.
See that Psalms I might be delusional with my Christianity, but I really truly believe I'm intellectually honest with my delusions at worst. Okay, because when obviously I somehow reached a threshold of what I felt with my investigations, enough evidence to gradually start going deeper. When I first became a Christian, I was embarrassed. I would sit and if somebody could have been calling Jesus gay, I was ashamed of being a Christian. I was shy about it. And finally, now I'm bold about it. There's there's actual growth and stuff like that.
Wow, hallelujah.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm just rambling.
I would definitely say that there is an aspect of being bold, absolutely, and there's something to be said about that. However, there's also scripture that talks about in your anger, do not sin.
Yeah.
Because effectively, we are accountable for every word that we speak, whether it be on an open platform where somebody can come back. But true wisdom would tell you that you are defined when you are in private. More than you are defined in public.
I agree. I think that one of the very good parables, and this I don't care if Christian, Christianity or not. See, recently, and I raised 4 kids, stepkids. I've had 2 kids. Me and Michelle are 44. Michelle's 45, and she might be a little bit older. And we have a 17 and a 16-year-old, and we're almost kicking out. Oh, we're almost home free and stuff like that. There has been like I said, a lot. Book of Job events. Sadly, we have to foster our granddaughter. And when I first heard that, my human initial was exhaustion and no, like I don't want to do this. So I contemplated on it and I prayed, a bit. And there's 3 passages that popped into my head. The first one was, first of all, let the children come to me. So I was like, okay, there is a desire for protection of children. Okay. Then after it says the worship that God, the Father desires is taking care of widows and orphans. I'm like, okay, well, fostering like a child. Okay, I'm like, that's my duty right there. I can no longer worship because he will not accept it because I had an opportunity with an orphan and I left it. So, and then the last one was when Jesus said, when I was sick, you took care of me. When I was imprisoned, you visited me. When I was thirsty, you gave me water. And they said, when did we do that to you, Lord? He says, whatever you have done to the most vulnerable, you have done to me. Meaning you can't have a relationship with God. Your relationship with God is how you treat others because we're all images of God. Therefore, you can't say certain things to God and then after react to them. The last 2 days for me, I admit I was acting un-Christian. And that's why I limited, to one time doing that to prove a point. And it's done because I admit that was not Christian. Oh, well, I did it.
Would you do that in your diet?
Yeah, I did that because I put on 20 pounds this year. And now
cause and effect, right?
Cause
and effect. Because what's done in the spiritual is done in the physical, right?
Yeah, but the thing is that I didn't even go off keto. I went just kind of carb-ish and stuff like that. But I didn't.
Your mindset changed.
Yeah, exactly. But as I put on some weight, I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm not depressed because I know how, I know why. And yeah, now I'm right down to 176, popped a couple of fasts, and I'm back to my weight. So now that I'm keto, I don't mind indulging socially and stuff like that. I know that I can get away if I've been keto for one meal, one large carb meal. Ain't going to spill over in fat. It's just going to fill up. I'm going to suck in water. I'll put on a lot of weight. So I can get away with one meal, but I don't suggest that like Bruce and stuff do that at the start. Be consistent because when I go off of it, it's like smoking. I feel like it. Like I have a carb addiction. I'm not like against carbs because they're gross. They're delicious. I can't control I get fat fast. It doesn't give me energy. So for me, it just really doesn't work. It's just individualized for me.
Carbs just break down to sugar, so it's a sugar addiction is really what it is, and sugar is more addictive than cocaine.
Yeah, well, it lights up the same area. I mean, I don't binge eat on fat or protein or anything like that. But I find as well, if you go to, let's say, fruits and vegetables, even a starchier vegetable, it doesn't throw me off the wagon like other simple carbs and stuff. And they are simple. I don't know, but yeah. So I to the fruits and vegetables. Unless I'm doing, like I said, the cultural here, there, have pizza because it's not, like I want to be social and stuff like that. But I can be in front of all that junk and not crave it at all. Go ahead.
Well, you can definitely, having been vegan or vegetarian, there are definitely fucking bomb ass pizzas that I do a lot of my own cooking, like from the noodle up type deal. So there's a lot of ways that you can utilize the herbs in your garden to prevent a lot of the diseases, like things like diabetes, whether it be type 1 or type 2. A lot of that has to do with vitamin deficiencies. You were talking about the bone structure earlier on people. There was a study done, I think in the early 60s, that did a study on women from northern Japan to southern Japan, where they found that there was like a 50 percentile decrease in osteoporosis and osteoarthritis and major bone issues. So they looked at their diet and they found that northern Japan, if I remember correctly, ate a product called natto, which is fermented soybeans, which produces MK7, or no, not MK7. That's not the right.
I thought MK7 was NATO.
K2, K2 MK7. It's right here, and that combined with vitamin D is what supports proper bone health. Well, with proper bone health, you have a better vascular system.
I just want to give you a heads up. JD might, because JD eventually will come. You guys are going to have a discussion about that because JD is exactly the opposite. He says that the menaquinone 4 is the one that works with vitamin D to shuttle the calcium in the proper location. So
I could see that. I could see that being potentially.
Have a discussion, a cool discussion about that because that's perfect.
Well, the menaquinone is the MK in MK7. So if you're dealing with 4 versus 7, they're doing along the same lines. It's kind of like neighbors living on the same block. You're not going to fuck each other over.
Okay. Well,
if that makes sense.
That topic to you and JD. I'm agnostic on that. I do know, like I used to understand K2. I knew there was different, MKs. I have trouble believing that MK7 doesn't have any effect. Maybe they haven't found the effect. The major view here is that natto is MK7. It's the only MK2 I think that you can get. Plants have MK1, which is basically no. They have K1, which is works with blood clotting factors and stuff like that. So what JD will say is his position is that the MK1 fine, but the true MK4, the K2 MK4 that is found only on the animal food side is the one that does this calcium, vitamin D transport. And he's in the position that MK7, if you're taking that, it has none of that effect that we think they're having. That's his current position. Just throwing it out there.
And that, sure. I mean, we all have different understandings. I mean, I'm going based off of somebody else's research anyways.
Sure. No, that's it.
And that
lighted up because I was like, oh, I said,
I can definitely tell that when I'm taking that particular vitamin, I can tell that there's something in me that's, in the job that I do construction and landscaping. A lot of the things that I do actually by hand, like a lot of hand tamping for smaller retaining walls, because I just don't need the big equipment. I do a lot of smaller jobs because none of the big companies want to do them. They're fucking bread and butter, easy money. Yeah. Nevertheless, I'm picking up boulders, I'm moving things, so I have a very good understanding of my physiology. Yeah. And how it actually works. And, when I'm taking, say, for instance, I take a maca and a turmeric and a ginger, I can feel that going through my body and feel when that maca is almost done being active, because my energy goes and it decreases in incremental.
I know turmeric. I have a family member that has a very rare skin disorder called hidradenitis suppurativa, where these repetitive boils occur in all the lymph node areas under the armpits, groin areas, and unfortunately these boils never heal, and they tunnel, all sorts of stuff. Very painful, as you know. That person was using turmeric because I think the turmeric could help even with pain. At least that's what considered. And my mom tries it, and my mom said that turmeric and some of these spices that you talk, she feels that it's having an effect as well.
Pepper, the pepperine in pepper is one of those things that obviously if you're taking medications, be extremely careful, because it increases the uptake of nutrients and or vitamins, etc. But anytime you're taking vitamins and nutrients without other medications, pepper is definitely one of those good things to research and or have a good understanding of. Yeah. As far as your friend or family member, this particular herb, it's found literally, I walked out of my door. This is called plantain. Plantain is a plantain.
The banana plantain from the plant,
no.
How do you spell it?
It's the same spelling. Just if you're Googling it, just type in plantain weed.
Weed.
Yeah, I mean, it'll bring up this, but this literally grows in your walkways. It's also known as white man's footprint. It was introduced to America during the incursion of the Europeaners because it was both food and medicine. This plant is antifungal, antimicrobial, antiviral, and it's the four antis. Microbial.
It's antiviral, antibacterial, probably fungal, and and that's all, right? Was there one missing, you're saying?
Yeah, it's four. Antiviral, antimicrobial,
antifungal.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm all confused right now.
Well, I'm confused
trying to think about it. Nevertheless, a quick Google search.
Jump in because I hadn't finished and it's done with the Christianity on this stream. I was just saying that the initial exhaustion, seeing that we would have to take care of a family member, and my wife has a chronic illness and can't work anymore. So it was a moment. All I wanted to say was I prayed to God and I said, I don't know if we can literally do it. It's not even about wanting or something, but I said, it's your will, not mine. We're supposed to be here as servants and not for our will. We're supposed to aid the poor and all that. So I said, please give me the wisdom, the knowledge, and as well as your love, let it flow into me and just emanate to this child. And my heart has been as big as the universe. I love her like my daughter, and I would feel horrible if ever we would lose her. She's been a blessing. This child sleeps through every night, always smiling. Such an amazing blessing. And I'm just saying that Christianity, those passages, it basically made me have this I don't know, maybe I would have had a completely different reaction. You know, that's more selfish or fleshy or earthly thing. So, anyways, I'm just leaving it at that. But yeah, you know,
have you ever considered the sparrow in a situation like this?
Say it again. Like what's
Have you
sparrow?
ever? Yeah, have you ever considered the sparrow?
I don't like the bird.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever considered
the sparrow faces the hardest and harshest of winds, but yet is always taken care of.
Yeah.
And always provided for. So no matter what situation you go through, with proper preparation and proper preparedness, as the Most High has instructed all of us, you know, that's why it's found in our the way culture developed. It was to be, and another reiteration in the scripture is when Jesus gave the 2 commandments, he said, love the Lord your God with all thy heart, soul, strength, and mind. The second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. See, what people don't realize about that scripture is there's 3 commandments there, not just 2. Because if we do not love ourselves properly, and love is then defined in Corinthians, where love is patient, love is kind, love is gentle. It is not self-loathing. It is not envious, and it never fails. It doesn't say it's all lovey-dovey. It doesn't say it's, you know, if I'm being gentle, that doesn't mean I'm not being stern at the same time.
Yeah. Like I had an issue, you know, with the million children that we have. And the teens were, you know, were very, very difficult. Okay. And testosterone pumping, a little bit, you know, of basic rebellion and stuff like that. And without going into the details, as a father looking at it, I could care less if he was intelligent, could care less if he's going to make money down the road. As a loving father, I want him I want to look at him and see beautiful qualities, you know what I mean? Beautiful qualities that, you know, that are in my son. And that's what God, you know, cares about as well. And, you know, for, it's, and like this is pretty cool because I know that you have a completely different interpretation, but the way you're using those quotes are great. And then me and you both have a common ground while we, you know, at the same time know our differences. This is really cool. I don't want to continue on the religion. I want to stop there because it was nice. It was a nice share. I don't want to go from there, but yeah, that's cool, man. Like you're obviously here. We're going to focus more on diet, and I would like you to be part of our community. You're always welcome here for sure, man. You heard me?
Yep, I hear you. And I appreciate that. I do, definitely. And I'm, you know, when I'm speaking, I'm not speaking necessarily from a religious point of view by any means. In fact, I don't, I look at religion like Paul looks at it, where it, like you just said, it's taking care of old women and children. That is what the Bible calls religion. Everything else, to my understanding, is about faith.
Yeah, you know, like you're taking as just like philosophical wisdom, like it's a fact that is true that you
do the right thing.
Yeah, and I like you said, you have to love yourself, and I think the most loving thing is to have the Most High living in your temple. I mean, because I thought it was weird the passage where Jesus said you have to love me first. And I was like, okay, dude, get in line, you know. And it was like, oh, this is exactly what I was talking about, fostering our beautiful baby. It's basically like, because I'm doing your will, you are filling me with so much love and attentiveness to this child, and I will constantly have to do that. I fizzle out. Because I almost feel like my spirituality is like a weight training. If you're at the gym and you're training well and you're eating well and you're washing well, everything's good. And it doesn't matter how many times, how many years that you are doing that. The minute you stop, you're going to stink and you're going to be weak and you're going to be out of shape. And I can tell the frequency, which I associate the change in frequency as the Holy Spirit. I feel when I'm in there. And actually, if you look at the vast stretches of content I do, I know when I'm not up to par, and I shut my mouth. I don't even feel like it would come out right. And I don't even feel like I should even speak. That's why I don't. It would be inappropriate to speak when you know you're not up to par. You know what, you're not doing what you're supposed to. You're not, so I feel the difference. So I feel it makes me feel that there's something real about that. Just kind of like you with the turmeric and the spices and stuff like that. You feel it. You feel a reaction. You're convinced, kind of thing. We're gonna go on for maybe 15 minutes, Pat. So feel free.
Dude, I didn't even notice I was on. I was like fucking checking my phone, and
Yeah. So,
how long have you been How long have I been there?
Got me off. I don't know. I just wanted to talk one-on-one with him, and now none of you.
Sorry if I was harassing you there on your messenger.
Man. No, it's okay. Pat, let's if Bruce pops up or something, we can do the whole or anything. But
no, like for now, he's too much of a coward to click the link and come back up here.
You're knowledgeable in diet and stuff like that. So let's try and keep it in line with diet. Like, were you unhealthy at one point in your life? How much did you weigh? When did you change?
What's up, man?
The whole, just give us a little spiel. Go ahead. A little spiel.
Oh, Jesus, man. For diet? No, I'm not
your
a guy
eating
you
styles, not necessarily diet.
I have no, dude. You're not putting me on a spot for something that I'm good at. I'm like
oh, I thought you just.
I have my own personal diet that I came up with myself, and it has nothing to do with either meat or vegetables, for that matter. It's actually pretty much just a fruit diet. So.
Yeah. No, but I'm just trying to interview you on diet, because this is what we're going to do for this stream. So you went through a period, like, you were never like kind of like overweight.
Oh yeah, I've been overweight more than once. Yeah.
So what do you think caused the overweight, and what did you do when you had those periods of weight loss for your experience?
What causes the overweight is your lack of control over yourself.
Yeah. Okay. How'd you gain control for the times that you were able to lose the weight?
Fasting.
How'd you overcome with your will that?
Fasting.
There you go. So fasting. So are we talking intermittent fasting here? Are we talking prolonged fasting?
Well, when you start out, I suggest intermittent, then go like one day at a time if you can, and you do it a progressing thing where you try to last longer.
Yeah,
it's a process. I mean, it depends. You can go cold turkey one shot, try a 3-day fast one. That really cleanses. After the third day, you go into ketosis, which starts really eliminating and starts the healing process. So
yeah, a lot of people that don't start in ketosis, because they don't know about keto. They're just like, they're going from the carbs every 5 hours, to complete keto. They say the first day it feels like waiting for surgery. You're hungry. The second day, supposedly, they say that it is horrible, and like you said, by the third day they wake up and it's like it's manageable, and then it kind of just hovers like that, and you're well on. One
it's
trick,
a mind game that your body plays with you, I think, and the fasting process depends on your willpower, but once you get through it, you pretty much have mastered your dependencies on any pretty much any level.
Like when I was when I used to weight train a bit, like doing the carb cycling, like normal carb, low carb, no carb, and the no carb days, clouded, foggy, forgetting everything. So definitely somebody who has to go through that period of no carbohydrates, your body ain't going to be like, okay, fat, let's do it. It's like, no, your body is not efficient. Most people, if they're stocking fat, your body's not using much fat. And it's like, you have to go through that period where well, it's the sugar ain't there, and there's not much fat starting to trickle much either. And then that's
honestly,
it when the
Jason,
ketones start flooding. So how
right
long?
now I've been watching like some Wes Watson lately, and I've been looking into some micronutrients and I'm gonna try like low fat, high carb or whatever.
Low fat, high carb.
Yeah.
You're trying that?
Yeah, with micronutrients and whatnot. They're trying to get some muscle mass.
Like
OTW. Why are you doing all this trying, man?
Well, it's because I'm researching. So the trying is the researching part, Nubs.
Well, when the hell
the
are you going to
application is the once
eating?
I've acquired enough knowledge, I'll apply.
Pat, when
there
the hell
we
are you
go.
open-minded and try mine? Then are you going to do it after?
The keto?
Eat more of whatever animal food you're eating. Eat more of that, and keep your carbs for the, like you said, the macronutrients. If you're talking about macronutrients, then you're not talking about anything in a box, right? You're talking about real plant food for micronutrients.
Actually, this is what I want to look into. Honestly, it's not macronutrients; it's micro. Well, it's good to know both of them, the macro and the micro.
Give me a second. I'll show you one of those ones that you need to be eating on a normal basis. If you ask me, hang on.
JD is going to come after and say that, and I think that's true. There are certain, calcium, but it's calcium oxalate. So there are some minerals in plant sources that are there, just like there's minerals in the rock. But sometimes you have to really, I think, research each one. There are some that are present, but they might not be bioavailable. Because I know in plants, the calcium oxalate compared to a calcium carbonate, there's a big difference.
Huge difference. This right here contains both of the ones that you want. It also has zinc, magnesium, silica. It's literally a superfood of the north. What this is stinging nettle.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
The stinging nettle is a plant that when you're walking through the woods and you brush up against it, you burn like a son of a bitch and you know you touched it. It is phenomenal for the treatment of immediate pain for arthritis when it is freshly applied. It burns for a moment, and then that burn turns to a subtle, relaxing, soothing, numbing wonderfulness. I use it on muscle aches, etc., etc. But I also consume this on a normal basis. The active ingredient that makes it sting is within 15 to 20 minutes of it being cut off the plant, it's not active anymore, and it no longer stings.
Wait. I want to get this for my mom. Tell me stuff, herbal stuff. Try
stinging nettle.
Okay, wait. Stinging nettle. Okay. Anything else for skin?
For skin, black seed oil. Black seed oil, when applied on the skin.
Topically. Black seed oil topical.
Both topical and internally. It's been known since Tutankhamun that it has been the cure for everything but death. Those are not my words. Those are not accurate words.
It's a big
Nevertheless, that is the legend of that product.
Black seed oil. Okay.
Yep.
You were saying so it's called black seed, but is it literally a seed? Because remember,
it's black cumin.
I was saying what?
It's black cumin seed.
Okay. Now, how the hell do they get oil out of that cold pressed?
You press it out of the cold or out of the seed directly. It comes out. It's nasty.
Sunflower seeds.
You're 100% sure that it's cold pressed.
Yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay. You can tell the difference. You can immediately tell the difference if you get one that is cold pressed versus chemically separated or anything else.
No, because we criticize supplements often for that reason. So you're saying
just research your supplement company.
Yeah. So technically they could freaking, you think you're getting the right
Well,
thing.
they could do anything that they really want to for the sales, and you find a company that's reputable. I have a friend of mine who is rather affluent. His doctor for his ocular specialist is like 1 or 2 in the nation. Really good diabetic ocular dude, so on and so forth. I had recommended that my buddy look into the benefits of the black seed oil. He did. He started taking it for about a month, went in for his ocular exam. This doctor has never performed this procedure more than 1 time on a patient every visit. He not only did it once, but he did it 3 times. Because he did not believe the results of the test, because not only did my friend's eyes stop deteriorating, but they started to improve. It works phenomenally. When my mom was around, I suggested it for her diabetes, and her numbers started balancing out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a miracle drug. I'm saying do some freaking research and know what you're putting into your body.
Well,
First and foremost, I am just information that I'm giving you. You have to gain the wisdom.
No, I mean, I think a lot of the stuff you're saying made sense. I'm glad that I popped you up more, because I was actually taking I had more of a bias from the plant side, and I was kind of like, well, this guy is just reading misinformation. But like, you kind of give like the real impression. You got all these plants here, you're explaining it. I'm like, okay, like I'll take this guy a little more seriously. So it's fun because we don't have like an herbal kind of guy. So that's great, because like I said, yes, there's going to be a lot of keto talk, because that's what I know how to do for weight loss. But I'm good with low carb. I'm good with just normal omnivorous diets. People can come on. I will never let I'd have vegans on for a special talk, but I would never have vegans as a constant part of the community. Like they're not part of our ideology.
Well, if they're not eating an animal-based product, they're kind of not able to speak on things.
Yeah, it's like me.
If you can't speak on things, you can't speak on things.
That's it. It's like you're the odd one out, so fair enough. Yeah.
So basically, I could definitely one of these days walk through. For instance, right here, this is blackberry, to be confused with my raspberry. This also has a lot of medicinal uses. That's a medicinal plant.
Well, I'll kick him just because he didn't know that he was frozen. Sorry, I kicked you because you were frozen and you didn't know it. Oh, good. Yeah. Hey, man, it's because you were frozen. You didn't realize it, so I couldn't. We could hear you, but
even your helicopter maples.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
No, I know it.
Those ones.
It's me. Give me a sec.
Well, it's okay. Like we hear you perfectly.
Any better?
So at least it's better. We've heard.
No, I'm walking away from my hotspot.
Yeah.
I'm walking away from my hotspot, and I figured it out real quick. No, I can walk out of my yard and just out of my fucking backyard and provide all of the nutrients that I actually need, except for a couple. A couple of them really do have basis in animal products in some way or another. I don't claim to have a knowledge of that extremely. I know I can cook a hell of a good steak. I'll put you on your floor with the fats that I put into the steak. Nevertheless, I don't eat it very often because I eat based off of what my body is starting to require. And I'm changing age. I'm doing one of those 5-year, because our taste and our, what's that?
Look into the camera straight. How old are you?
I'm early 40s.
Oh, there you go. We're the same age as me, man. It's cool.
Early 40s, and I'm in the best.
A health nut kind of thing, like us, or did you go through your like standard American diet?
I used to eat like shit.
Hey,
I used to eat like shit, and then I realized that what you put in, you get out. And if you put shit in, you get shit out.
Yeah.
Because it's that low level thinking. It's the easy path. Well, if you learn anything about discipline, about any aspect of your life, you'll understand that the easy path is the most difficult thing you could ever fucking do. And it's on your own discretion.
Yeah. Hey, Pat, like again, exit soul. I'm trying to convince you, just like he mentioned, just really take into consideration that your body, you are what you eat. You are made of protein, fat, and cholesterol, and that high carb. It's like, no, you have to adjust your carbs based on your energy level, based on your muscles' capacity of holding the sugar. Like, just don't blatantly say I'm doing all carbs, because like it's almost not, in my opinion, it's fact. You are what you eat. So I would incorporate, whatever animal food that you like. I think that should be the majority, dude. And then you eat as a side dish with whatever you want, or don't. I don't know. It's up to you. But like if you know
It's
that
a different
that
diet
carbs is fuel.
when you're training. It's like it's one thing to want to lose weight, but I'm not
Yeah.
wanting to lose weight. I'm
Are
wanting
you
to
trying to
gain
build?
muscle mass.
Okay, I didn't know, dude. I didn't know. I thought you were just
So
like
this is the
randomly.
difference.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna go high carb,
my goal is to get a bit ripped before
bigger.
I get too old.
Okay,
To.
can I again? And this is backed up by Garland. And when it comes to sports nutrition, I respect I respect the guy. And even he says, he's like, you don't have to overdo it on the meat. There's only a certain amount of protein that can be used. And he goes, so if you're actually like absorb like a lot of meat, the protein that's needed will be used. All that other stuff is turned into sugar through gluconeogenesis. So he's going, why would you waste expensive meat to turn it into sugar? And to be honest, I'm not a meat gorger either. When I eat meat, and it's the same thing, I can't gorge on this stuff. So I just want to encourage you, and I'll shut up and I'll let you go on your journey. Is that weight builders even do that? They take a lot more fat and cholesterol, and those carbs, since they're fuel, carb up right after training. Your muscles are empty of sugar. You just used it. It's not possible for it to go in the wrong way. So I wouldn't say high carb because you're trying to put weight on, because even weight trainers that do that, they do a bulk, and then they think, I'm fat. Now I do a cut, a bulk, and I'm like, no, I think you should just be patient and say the fat, protein, and cholesterol is what's building, and I will use carbohydrates. That's just my opinion, and maybe just have a chat with Garland. And if two people are saying it, it's like, I'm not telling you to change whatever food you decide, but dude, you are what you eat. Yeah. Okay. That's all I had to say, bud, because look, I mean, you're seeing the differences in our community, and you can adapt it ethically because you don't have to eat every animal food. And I just want to see you do this. So do whatever you got to do. But I'd be really curious if you follow this, me and JD's advice. And, then maybe if we stick to diet on this situation, then you're welcome as well. This will always be diet. And I have two people from a community that I felt very unwelcome from. And now we're sticking to things that we have in common. And then we find, our belief structures, who cares? We're good people, right? And we're talking, and we don't have to obsess about our differences. On this channel, it's food, and anyone's welcome if it sticks to food. I don't think we'll get into rageful situations unless our members have a huge disagreement and they wish to
or spread lies about people.
A debate moderated by me. And if ever that would happen, my way is simple. It is timed. If it's 5 minutes for you to talk and 5 minutes for the other one to talk, present, share screen, whatever. If you finish before that, you just say, I concede my time, and I'll switch back and forth. Everyone can relax. everyone can listen to the person, and then we're off to the next subject. Let's say JD challenges Nubs, okay? We will do it in a loving and a fun fashion. It shouldn't get heated like other debates there. If we're family, we're family. And if he wants to debate, like,
take
no,
all the fun out of it, Jason.
No, that's the way I work. We can have rumbles too. We can have rumbles too, but the problem is that no.
Let me ask you this.
Wait, just give me a second. So what I'm saying is, as long as people keep to diet here, I'm fine with that. If people do want to debate, I don't care about your opinion. This is how it's going to work on my channel. Because how can we have a rumble when the only people I'm allowing are family now? That doesn't make sense. I want each of them to relax, present 5 minutes. I want the viewers to see. Things will be pointed out and we go off. Go ahead. That's how
2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes is, in my opinion, 2 minutes is much better than 5 minutes, because 5 minutes gives a lot of time to understand. Like, you can spit off a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But anyways, the time for sure, that's good. But that's the way I want to function. That's the way
also,
I wish others would function.
As far as the challenge goes, as far as any challenge goes, the way I look at these kinds of things is, you're talking about the gentleman that has a background in what does he have a background in?
Background in kinesiology and a minor. It's either biology. I think it's biology or chemistry. I think it's biology.
Okay. So he's got paperwork that comes back to say he is a professional in these specific standards.
Yeah, like
right?
He's shown us. I mean, like this is a little bit when he's younger there, the guy. So I believe I'm paraphrasing, but the gist of it is he's a big dude. He's 6 foot something. Okay. He was in college, football, almost, towards NFL. I don't know what happened, but then he transitioned into making the meal plans for, elite athletes. And I believe that it was, highly, animal based. And I'm sure he adjusted the fats. But you know what? I'm sure it was more complicated than that. But he's done this, and he's very knowledgeable. I take what he says, quite seriously, because he was kind of like criticizing a tad my stuff, because I was talking about keto, and in my mind, keto is weight loss. Okay, I don't feel like sneaking in carbs during that. That's the way I'm comfortable. That's the way I want. But then, him being a sports, also nutrition. He's kind of like, he explained exactly that. There's only a certain amount of meat that you can make. Meat's expensive. So when you do this, he goes, you're turning an expensive meat that's valuable into sugar. I was like, damn, that makes a lot of sense. So, I don't push, large amounts of meat. I think he convinced me. That makes sense as well. He says after a day's work, just cut up a potato. He's smart too. He goes, put that potato in distilled water. So if there's any of that crap, he goes, it will pull it out. He goes, you cut the potato, you're replenishing your glycogen stores. You're not wasting the expensive amino acids they should go there. And I was like, man, I'm convinced for that. So that's why I'm jumping on, like, yes, I'm a keto guy, but I'm a keto guy. I'm not a forever keto guy. I'm a low carb forever keto guy.
My personal background is in herbs and horticulture and the interaction of soil. So what I'm saying is, much like the good gentleman above to the right of me on the screen, I'm not going to go in and tell a framer or a professional in a particular field what he has to do correct and what he has not to do. I can offer my input from my profession, and we can come to a co-creative term, because there is benefit to both. But to come up with some form of argument, I believe that, or I'm of the understanding that if you're able to hold your tongue and still continue in a conversation, then the conversation is meritable to both people.
Yeah, and if you don't know Garland Farms, that's how he is. He's a very calm guy, very, very. Pat, you can vouch for Garland Farms. He'll sit there. He won't cut you off. If he does, you call him out, he'll say sorry. No, he's a very.
He had a debate once with.
He's a very smart guy. I have a lot of respect, for him, and that's because smart stuff comes out of his mouth. But that's what I'm saying. If ever somebody in the community, exactly, you're the trained person. If ever somebody challenged like a disagreement, they're gonna happen disagreement. I don't mind you guys having a discussion. Obviously, I will not. If you guys are up to discussing something in a disagreement that your family, I will not allow any fighting. This is open and this is for the whole community. It's for the viewers. I don't even know if I'm just
fights are for physical interactions. Past that, it's all just words.
Yeah. Yes, and look, this is great. This is See, and to a certain extent, me and Patrick, we got to a point where we were like able to be in each other's presence, knowing we are diabolically opposite to everything. And when Patrick's on because Patrick, look, he has to network, he wants to build his community, and he's allowed. If he says a douchebag thing about me, I don't care. Don't threaten to destroy my career and my family. I don't like that. That happened. That is unacceptable.
That wasn't him though, man.
Little jabs. You're in your community, Pat. Like you can jab here and there. That's fine. But yeah, I'm really going to stick to content.
Dude, hold on. We're going to dude, shut up for a minute, man. Listen
yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah, go.
All right. Dude,
yeah, go ahead.
You gotta understand that since 5 months ago, since all of this has begun, I've never said anything bad about you, man. Ever.
Agreed. I never said that you did.
All right,
yeah,
just
I'm
putting that out there for the viewers as well.
The only thing that I did, the only thing that I gave you a jab was the little this piece. That's the only thing I gave you a jab.
Okay. Damn it! Listen to this. It's because if I don't have that, it's too bald, and I'm balding, so I can't do this. And here's me with an attempt to grow a manly beard, but
there you go, right there.
Wait,
that one. Do research on that one.
Wait. I can't see you. I'm doing share screen. Give me a
called SAW SAW Palmetto.
Yeah, here, share screen. This, I'm gonna find my beard.
That one and that one. This one, give to your wife. Sure, her boobies will be better.
Okay, no, wait. Don't take it away, please.
Plus, she won't be as aggravated during menstrual cycles.
Stop teasing me, okay? I can't see the bottle. I want to write it down.
Oh,
what is it?
It's SAW Palmetto.
It's like, hey, this.
Put it full screen,
boobs, and then he slides it down. Okay. What if I forget? Because I'm writing it on the same paper. What if I end up giving my mom this and Michelle the other stuff?
Well, do your research before you give anybody anything.
I'm joking. Palmetto. Okay. Hey, check this.
There's that one, and then look at this one. Look at the benefits of this one as well.
Yeah, I wrote that one. Yeah, lactation.
This one smells weird though.
There's one. You ever try to smell the tribulus?
Yeah, that stuff stinks.
Cat privates.
Yep.
It's disgusting.
Stinks.
Yeah. But it does. It actually works for libido. Like, and I know that that's true because I took it when I was trying to weight train, and I had no idea. I thought, okay, and my libido went up, and then I found out after. So I'm like, oh, it's not a placebo effect. The tribulus, actually kind of works. Works. Can I?
This one's good for libido.
Hey, Nubs. Nubs. I have to redeem myself since you're criticizing my soul patch. Here, did you see me with a beard? Did you ever see me?
Nope.
All right. Let me find.
Oh, there was a good one just above, right there. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
No, come back. Third line.
Well, I want
Fourth
to try
line.
and look where I'm at my biggest, the beard. Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
right there.
No,
Right
that's
there.
not the biggest at all. Yeah, but
Oh,
that's
okay.
not. That was like nothing.
I hate having a
Anyways, who
beard,
cares
man.
there?
I hate
But yeah, it
having
was,
a
yeah,
beard.
right there. I like that one. But anyways, my beard was pretty impressive. Here.
Male pattern baldness is
Look.
a pretty easy
All right,
problem to
listen.
resolve. That's a pretty decent beard.
Yeah, and this was not long ago, and I was a lot fatter there. That was when, no, just what, a few months ago.
Dude,
Here,
you
Well,
look
what
like
were
you're
you
about to
eating?
say,
You were
"Arr,
probably
Highlander fish sticks. The best in
I
the
just
world."
wasn't consistent, and I want to put the volume down. Oh, here it is. Wait.
so with that.
Wait. What? Wait. I want to start it.
Arr, Highlander
Because I was
fish
saying
sticks.
toxic
The best in the world.
masculinity. All right. Enough of my manly beard. So
Dude,
have
there's
I
got to be a
redeemed
reason
my
why every time
manliness?
you play a video, there's no sound, man.
Yeah, I know, but you didn't hear that one?
No, we never hear anything you play, Jason.
What do you mean? Here, do you mind if I do a
Dude,
test?
you should revise your stream because the last one you did where you were commenting on freedom, you were
it
playing the
blocked
video
for 6 minutes, a big part. Somebody told me as well. That
yeah,
might
for
have
a
been the
while there. You were
connection.
playing a video and nobody actually heard anything. It was like completely silent for. It's really bad for a broadcast.
Yeah, somebody. No, I know, but I'll have to just check, like you said, the chat more often.
Yes.
Yeah.
Private chat, check to see if anybody came up in the backstage. Just, like you gotta be really
not a stupid
multitasking,
idea.
brother.
All right.
Can't
tell
just
me
sit there and talk.
Dude, do you hear this and see it?
You can see it.
I can't hear it.
So there's something
You
you're
cannot
sharing
hear
it wrong. For sure, you're sharing
I know,
it wrong.
obviously, that's why I'm trying to. Okay, I'm gonna stop the screen share. Well, it's good to know, eh? I'm share screening, screen share, share tab audio, window, and share. I mean, I've been using it exactly like this for how long now?
Yeah, but that tab is not shared. You're not sharing it. I can see it. It would be written.
Yeah.
I would see it.
No, I am sharing. So you know what? I'm gonna pop out of
sharing your screen. You're not sharing that video. This is what you don't understand. So we don't hear the sound. We're only see your screen.
Dude, I'm not denying it. I'm aware. I'm just trying to figure it out here.
All right. Well,
let me try one last time. I'm gonna share it a different way. Give me a second.
Listen to me. I'll guide you through step by step. Right.
Can I try just one last pat? This should work now. You're gonna hear it.
Nope.
No.
No, you got to listen to me.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk you through it.
All right, go ahead.
Click your present button.
Yes.
Then click share screen.
Yeah.
Then click window. Sorry, not window. Chrome tab.
Okay, on mine it says screen sharing tips. Screen sharing is easiest with 2 monitors. Screen sharing works best. Some screen there it's not asking me to follow any of that.
Wait a minute. Did you click present or that screen share?
Yeah, I presented and I pressed screen share and now it's
what's the next thing that it shows you?
Okay, so now it says like Microsoft, like choose what to share. Micro Edge tab, Windows, or entire screen.
Okay, so you click Microsoft Edge tab.
Okay, I'm going to try that. Now I'm going to share.
Yeah. Now you should hear the sound.
It there? Okay, you see the screen though, right?
Yes.
Did you see the screen and it was just no sound on the previous one, or there's nothing?
Exactly.
Sound? Okay, whatever.
There you go.
Now I can hear it.
Are in the dev process.
Yeah?
See, you listen to me,
Yep.
man. You're gonna get somewhere.
Oddly enough, you just fixed the audio, so in the next few days, I can criticize your group. Thank you. That is a selfless.
I made a
Bad
mistake.
respect from your group for doing that, buddy.
Well, just remember, all criticism is all merely just self-criticism because you're merely looking at the speck in my eye while having a log in yours.
Well, I promised to, as you know, maybe I mean, obviously you didn't listen. The other thing was I did that yesterday, which I would consider not a Christian way. That's acknowledged. I went for a purpose, and I do want to go through the 4 hours. But it's literally going to be like, he said that, I don't agree with this because this year. I'll go through it that way. I'm not going to be calling anyone a degenerate. That was for provocation to prove a point. I never believed that. And I think the proof of that is that I have two gentlemen that technically I called a degenerate. And as you can see, I would have never left you coming on here. Look, people can deny it and say no. I don't care. That was my purpose. My purpose was, you did this. How do you like it? I don't like to be generalized. Why don't we just like accept and do exactly like this, and everything would be fine. So I proved the point. I'm never going back to the community though. I don't fit in there, and why? Just there's no point.
How can you say that if you have that community right here? Because like you say you don't fit in there, but nevertheless.
Oh, it's because over there, everything when I go on is Christianity. So I don't even want to talk about that. So what I'm saying is, don't talk. I hear you. So that's why I said everyone's welcome here if they want to talk about diet. And like we've already talked about our differences, no one's going to convince anyone. If you're on your community, people that jive with that will be there. And after I do my little criticism thing, I'll do my regular streams where once in a while when I feel like it, I'll do Christian content. Usually it's for Christians because that's just usually so I don't know your community because the community is like the topic, right, is awakening. I don't believe in let's say the flat earth. I am a traditional Christian, so it's like, and I feel like everyone's focusing on me about that. So I'm like, well, I don't ever want to talk to you guys about any of that spiritual stuff. I'm completely different. I used to be exactly like you guys, and I would have been there. So I'm like, no. I mean, I'm not even sure if I should be a baby and go through every single thing about freedom grower trying to discredit stuff. To be honest,
let me ask you a quick question.
You know what? I have a video that I was going to post already, continuing with that. And you know what? Like I said, unfortunately, I'm not a resentful person. I wasn't really resentful. I was just trying to poke the bear. My resentments is, like I said,
poking the bear is done. You're tapping out, dude.
I will no longer attack your community. I do not think your community.
You just can't just tap out like that, Jason.
Well, then do you want me to criticize the 4 hours? I don't.
Wait,
mind.
Listen. This is where I want to get at.
I don't mind
right
going back
today.
And forth
No.
as well.
You got to listen, Jason. All right, you're long-winded, buddy. Listen to me, man. You had the opportunity today to have over 100 viewers view your channel, have your what you have to say be seen by these people, and you shut the guy down, man. You didn't let him up on panel because of your ego, and you this is it. This is the issue. And I want you to get. I want you to have a viewers. I want you to have a success
I'll
in
shut
your
up.
endeavors.
Wait, it's not fair. Okay, you don't know that I do have a child. I do have a family. I did spend all day almost.
No. You were online. He was in backstage. Paul was in your backstage, dude. You were the opportunity there. He has over 150 people watching him, and he was restreaming you, and you shut him down. That was bad move.
You're talking during this keto, right? Are you talking about
yes,
keto?
Sir.
Yes,
absolutely.
Okay, so
When Paul left, when we were there with Paul, everybody was in the chat. We were all here. We were all trying to get up on here. And
I saw that.
Right?
You're not
there. I
going to
participated.
interrupt.
Paul was restreaming you, man.
You're not
This
going
is what
to
you understand.
interrupt
It's
my
too late.
stream for
You
keto.
were already being you've seen by the community. And
I don't care.
Dude,
I don't want to be seen by your community. What good will it come? They're never going to be Christian. I'm never going to be them.
That's not the
nor
point.
do I want
I thought you
100
said
subs.
no. Wait, let's get back to the keto. Let's get fuck the Christianity thing. Let's get back to the keto and the food.
I'll shut up, Pat. Listen for a second. Don't tell me that I'm a coward. Okay. When I am dedicated to Monday streams being keto and to allowing them all, I called you. I said, we're done with the stream. Now you can disrupt it. I didn't want a middle thing. I was nice enough to let you come on. What?
It was already too late. Everybody decided to leave. You had
care.
zero viewers when everybody left. You had zero viewers.
Pat, I'm not going to change it. I do not care the amount of viewers. It's about the quality, not the quantity. What benefit
but
is
that's
there?
What I'm talking
to
about.
Have hundreds and thousands.
You wanted to concentrate the stream on keto.
It's not going to happen.
You would have had a chance to talk about your the keto and food and diets in front of 100 and something people.
If these guys want to come on, it's fine. There's one guy who is not coming on. Zetetic can just say, yeah, it was a douchebag move to call your wife a whore, to bring a woman I don't even know into battle when, it's like rip my ass apart. Fine. He wants to just concede to that and say, yeah, I was a douchebag. I was trying to roast you, which is fine. Don't call my wife a whore many times. If he wants to apologize for that, he can come on. And if he's talking just about diet and sharing his thoughts, no problem. Your whole community is welcome here. If we're stricken,
I'm not welcome. I can't even get anything in chat. I can't even type anything in your chat, Jason.
I'll go check if
somebody blocked me. I cannot say anything in chat whatsoever, dude.
Pat, I'll fix that up. Maybe I did block you at one point.
It's funny. Zetetic Warrior can chat whatever he wants in your chat, but I'm blocked, and I never fucking said anything about you, man.
Dude,
this is what the fuck is this? How twisted this fucking reality is.
You have to look at intentions. Did I intentionally do that? You just brought this to my
I don't know who did it. I'm not even saying you're the one who did it.
You
Maybe
just
one
told
of your
me and I said,
moderators
okay, I'll fix it. Do you think I was worrying about your account before when I didn't expect you'd ever be on again? I let you on. And seriously, if a lot of people probably in your community might be healthy people that like that stuff, or maybe there's some guys that want to lose some pounds, then they will be welcome. But is it normal for me to expect all these people that I know from your community that they want to come on and talk about diet when, first of all, I invited somebody. Look at the title.
This is what
Googan
you don't
Slayer
understand. A lot of people watch Paul doesn't necessarily mean that they resonate with the community or that they're a part of the community. Maybe they find value in what you have to say and just want to hear what your knowledge about your certain skill set. So it doesn't necessarily mean that since, let's say, you're not advocating any religion, and you're talking really about diet, keto, and food, these people that resonate with that topic will come and subscribe to your channel. This is what you're not getting. It's like you're putting everybody that is watching his channel in the same box.
Pat, I don't know what's happening here, but you're making tons of assumptions. Call it, okay? Listen to me. Okay, I am a man of my word. Okay, when I invite somebody at one date, at one time, to waste their time coming on here to specifically give their testimony about their diet, okay, I will do that. I was nice enough because Bruce was up there and saying some stuff, and I said, I'll let you on. Okay, the fact that I let you on, Pat, just a little bit of time was not a douchebag move. It was like, yeah, I'll let Pat interrupt the stream. The minute that the stream was over, all of them, even if they didn't want to talk about diet, were welcome. Then I just said your whole community, if they want to talk about diet and health, if they jive with animal-based nutrition and lower carb, and they're interested in some of my talks and presentations, they are welcome, because we're not getting into any religion on Monday streams. And if we can keep it like that, dude, it's wonderful. And that's pretty much it, Pat. So it was very reasonable what I did. I'm a man of my word. I told people that, you know, come on my stream for this hour. I let you in because I was like, Bruce is talking some smack. Let him in. But I was like, just for a while, dude. Like, you know, and you roasted him. Bruce didn't get much in. And then I had to let you go. And then everyone was invited for any reason. So I think I'm pretty reasonable. This is how I ran my stream today. So let's get back to diet, and or I think we're at do we have anything else to speak about for diet? Because I've been going for 3.5 hours, and dude, you know what? I think right now I'm gonna cut the stream. This is like, baby is already in bed. I missed baby time. I was supposed to do an hour and a half, and I streamed all yesterday. Doesn't matter. I was at work, but I haven't seen my family. And in my opinion, the degree that I'm doing right now is selfish. So God bless. Love you guys. Pat, as long as people stick to the community, then, you know, in a way, this is what I wanted. And if this is the way that I can kind of, you know, have a little bit of relationship with your community and others and whenever, set my limits, respect the differences, no religion talk there, strictly fat ass talks. All right. God
Dude,
bless.
This is what I wanted to say, though. I think you do have a place in that community, dude. So
I don't want a place. That's what I'm saying.
I yield it.
I do not want a place. I want to once in a while look and see that you have even more subs and be happy in my heart. And when you come here, go, hey man, I'm looking at your stream. Great job. And that's as close to the community that I will ever get. However, under these conditions, all your community are welcome, as long as we stick to diet and understand and respect our differences. Perhaps we may actually go, wow, we're all pretty good guys. So God bless, and whichever version of the Most High you have, and I'll see you next Monday, and I'll decide if I'm going to politely talk to a grower. But at this point, who cares? I don't think so. I think I'm done with grower. I don't even.
If I could offer,
yeah, I was poking the bear. I was the antagonist.
If I could offer some perspective, not necessarily advice because it's not my place.
Yeah,
what is the outcome of, for instance, you had mentioned having a video. What is the outcome? Think of the perpetual consequence that would be if that video were released versus if you were to swallow your pride, do as the Bible says, and turn the other cheek and accept it for what it is. It's his version of correction. And go on about your day. Go co-create with him instead of fight against him. We all have special skills.
100% agree. And I was a naughty little boy, and I knew it. Oh well, I did it, and that's it. And that's not me. And like I said, I think it's reasonable. Like, well,
don't ever expect somebody else to die if you take the poison.
There you go. No, I know that. So yeah, and that's why I'm at the point that I'm like, I don't even care about that anymore. It's Patrick that was like, no, keep up the drama. I agree with you, and thank you for reiterating.
Well, not only that, but if you think about it,
turning my little Christian snout back to my channel to do my content that I like is Christian, and you guys are welcome on Mondays. Only one, sorry, is Zetetic. All he has to say is, like, I was roasting you, and it's a douchebag move to go as far as that. Even him, if he just like says that, I was douchebag, I should have just kept roasting you. I'll be like, fair enough. Come on now.
Well, to be honest with you, my roasting, I'd still roast you about the little soul patch, but that's just my nature. Nothing personal. I'm just fucking around.
You can continue that. Like we can talk about our facial hair and things like that.
Look into the nutrients that I had given the information on. Do your own research, obviously, because it's your body. You know what's interacting. Nevertheless, baldness is not something that needs to be there if you don't want it
Too
to
late
be.
now, man. Too damn late
No,
now.
it's never too late. It's never too. Baldness is always.
Hey, do you know what the funniest thing is? I always had like hair, and at one point I shaved it. For some reason, my mom used to always give me a haircut, and it always looked like a mushroom head. And until I cut my hair, I remained a virgin. Anyways, so I've done this for 15 years, and it's just a look I like. And then at one point, I started to grow back, and then I'm like, oh crap, I'm receding. And I was like, oh,
well,
man,
you know what? You know how you get a receding hairline, right?
Well, I thought people would say it's testosterone level or heredity.
It is. It does have a lot. The actual answer has a lot to do with T levels. The other answer, the more common answer, is it is a line of rabbits holding pause, moving backwards slowly. A receding hair line.
Funny, I like it.
No, but in all actuality, there was a 2005 study done on Wistar rats in regards to lactose bacillitary in the gut digestion of these rats, and they found that the rats increased their testicular size by like 5 or 10% just by consuming the lactose bacillitary, which is found naturally in a lot of fermented foods, but specifically sauerkraut.
Okay. Yeah, like that's a lot of stuff that fermented foods and stuff that again is a lost art, culturally as well. I'm ignorant on fermenting meat. That's kind of interesting. This fermented meat can last like insanely long. See, like these things, if I'd be interested in talking about that. How somebody, I think maybe JD knows how. It's like, okay, so what's the recipe for this, and why aren't we dying, and why isn't it disgusting? That would be
the only thing that you need to worry about when you're fermenting meat or doing anything with meat, specifically canning, is botulism for the most part. But as long as you're clean, that's the real big one that you need to be concerned about. Just because it's so common. I mean, you look at your sink and there's botulism all over it. Like it's quite common.
Yeah, for sure.
Dirty water can contain it. Anyways, you said you got to get going. Go spend time with your family.
I'll cut it here, and I'm super happy, man, that you're here, and that's all I got to say. That's what I was trying to do from the start. So God bless you, buddy, and hope to see you around. Okay, see you at next Monday. God bless. Nice. I'm satisfied. That's cool, man. Yeah, and so I'm done. I'm turning my gaze away, allowing them to enjoy their fellowship together with their commonalities. And again, there's no point for me to go there. It would be too difficult to navigate. It's just too far. But a lot of spiritual people, if they're interested in diet, as long as it's about diet, and as long as, I will allow on this channel a certain amount of your opinion, but it is a Monday keto, low carb fasting site. Okay. So I do the Mondays to teach, as well as to help people who don't know how to lose weight, who have been lied to by this almost a century high carb, low fat, and demonizing the animal fat, putting in these industrialized seed oils, and we've been sick ever since. And it's not that hard to figure out, and it's really sad. And you see a lot of fat people, and it makes you sad because you're like, I have a secret weapon. I know how to heal you. When you see fat people in gyms, and you see them, and like I go for, like, back in the day, 2-3 months, I'd fizzle out, then I'd go back a year later, and that like fat person is still there, and I'm like, wow, they've been so friggin' dedicated. Look at that. And it's like, I almost feel like saying, listen, I know how to help you. It's really difficult. And that's why I started this channel 4 years ago, roughly. And it was called Fast Keto Prime. And ever since that, I have coached people for free. I feel like it is life-saving. I would feel guilty getting monetization from helping people. So on my channel, you get one-on-one. If you'll get the streams, you can come one-on-one. We can talk. You can communicate with me through Messenger. Okay, I am your buddy to help you accomplish what you need. On this channel, every single thing that comes out of my mouth in relation to diet, I can at least show you where I found that. So, wow, interesting couple of days and a very satisfactory conclusion. And I guess we'll go from there. And it's all in God's hands because it's his story. All right. Good night.